You're done.
All right.
Sounds
Let's
okay.
rip the normal pistol arrow around here.
The pistola round.
All right, boys.
I got your pistola, Halo 3 Legend.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. This is for fucking $2.5 billion sent straight to Israel. Oh, okay.
All right,
Yeah,
I think we are good. We
are.
We're starting our first game of the day. So a little late start here from my side, but
Oh, playoff. You didn't duck, coach.
yeah, dude. I'm in the sky right now. I'm looking at you guys. Yeah, I mean,
fuck are you?
I'm in the sky behind you. I mean, you can't see me,
Oh,
but
what the fuck?
yeah, I'm coaching.
Oh yeah, we can see you.
My
I see
gloves,
you.
or can you see my whole body?
I see your name, your
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm coaching.
I can see you crouching, crouch.
Can you drop? Yeah, can you drop me a Tech 9 from there?
I can. I've left the buy menu. But if you look at the shadow on the ground, you can see my fucking gloves.
Oh yeah, there they are.
I was fucking shitting myself.
Working, right?
I forget who the fuck it was. You guys were screaming on Inferno, and you went to go save and fucking
Are the Vice
T-spawn.
gloves in the corner?
And someone's like,
yeah, I saw them.
whose gloves are these?
gloves
Alright,
in
we're
the
live,
corner.
we're live, we're live, we're live, we're live.
You actually
Which
know
is
me. Yeah, see, like,
Yeah, this guy's a fucking retard. Oh, it's since they got coach on it. Like, shut up.
Alright.
Shut up, Gupta.
Let's boys, we got this.
They went
One
to
jump
the-
on the top.
Alright.
He's like in hot. He's like.
Jump off.
That's okay. Good. I am 6. So
Careful for the wrap from hut.
That's hell.
nice.
2 picks A. 2 picks A.
Nice.
Go down. One
Me too.
still is unknown. Can you plant left side site?
Single one, single. Single event, single event.
Oh my
Double swing,
god.
yeah, sorry.
This guy's events. It could be double or single.
Single,
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 single.
single. Just stay tucked.
Stay tucked.
Ow,
Good shit, boys.
Good shit, Tucks.
This fucking son of a bitch.
Alright.
Tell it that. So that guy, was he pushing hut or did he jump on top?
He jumped on top.
I'm not sure. He made a ton of footsteps for whatever.
All
he
right,
did. Okay,
so
let's run just
I don't know what our second map is. We're
anti-lobby
screaming
crunch,
obviously
and if they
nuke,
don't come-
and
if they don't
then we have a
actually
second
do
scrim at
anything,
10,
We'll come back and do
and they have a
some
match
stuff.
tomorrow. So we're getting
No,
prepped
hot
for
molly.
that.
No, please. Just Molly in the actual.
I know CT side we're working on some new stuff, so at least we have that
Molly
going
in the
tonight.
ramp here. Make sure we got everything covered. Alright.
Both hut. Went towards mini.
Here, Joe, do you want to come outside with me, Lovely? I think I'm gonna. Do you have a smoke, Lovely, or no?
No, I don't.
Alright, Joe. I need one smoke here outside if you boys don't mind.
Gotcha.
Raptors.
One broke Ben. Skid went down.
Alright.
Coming to you, Nate.
Nobody's on ramp.
Okay, if there's no one ramp,
We might
Lovely,
wanna
I'll leave
take
you to
it. We
lurk
might wanna
outside.
take
Just heard him drop vent.
Okay,
One hell, one
So they went down.
Alright, I'm just gonna. We'll
Close hut. One.
I might try to walk in a minute here.
I think he's still close, Sox.
Yeah.
There he is.
There's still one hell.
They saw.
Oh, dude, close vent. Nice.
One more. So close
Outside
in
Close
last.
fence, close fence.
I'm just running a ramp. I'm running a ramp.
Nice.
Chasing.
Good recovery for that. I just wish the part that I hope they get a little bit better at is oh shit, I have to pull up Discord so I know when I'm deafened. The part I like to see them get a little bit better at is the kind of calming through what the game plan is there mid round. So like Angel gets a lot of space ramp. I know they want to walk outside and all that, but again, kind of just get a little deeper into this. Like, where are we trying to end when we go outside? Where should Angel be? Because Angel could have, if they're trying to go like secret or something, Angel could have just dropped and not fault the guy hell, you know?
Don't see
We
anything.
gotta,
Glaive.
we gotta check Glaive. Yeah. Could be in this smoke.
Yeah, it could be.
They're breaking in.
Yeah.
Alright. Get ready to flash, so these are big.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
I dropped vent. I
Okay.
dropped vent.
Flashing now. Turn.
on B site.
Yeah, mini.
Dead. I'm 1
Nice,
HP
good.
though. Fuck.
Here, we have to say we have mana
On B
badge
site,
and
there's one
minute.
here, one here.
Outside Zywu.
I can flash you guys.
Alright.
Wait,
All right, what are they gonna do here? They have
Yeah,
3 guys full
flash him,
health.
flash
They have
him.
garage
Flashing.
control and they have lower control.
I'm
Where's
tucked in
he on
dark
B?
right now. There's one ramp.
Hell. Can you get bomb and try and get out secret if you can?
Still ramp.
Ramp.
One guy went down vent.
Damn it.
Ticked it. Nice. Gonna be a guy single.
Hell.
Yeah. What? Dude, single door. Yep.
Single and
We're back
ramp.
into single.
Single and ramp. He's gonna go hell.
Single and ramp.
He's gonna go hell.
20 seconds.
He's planning safe.
Heaven and vent probably.
He's on it, I think.
Huh?
Why's that remounted?
No. I meant like on the ladder.
Oh.
Maybe not.
You got him.
Yep. Last guy up top.
Nice clutch.
My bad on that. It looked like the way the
Saying
nade.
is a crazy call, Jonesy.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
Fucking
gonna lie,
on
bro.
it is like.
I thought the
I was-
nade, like, it looked like the nade hit him, I thought.
Socks drop lovely. He's a
All right, well, comms almost fucked their teammate there, but
Yeah,
You
I was,
said
just
you
trying
were-
to-
I was like,
trying
what
to
do you mean he's
process-
on the
yeah, I was
fucking
trying to
bomb?
process what you
All
meant.
right,
I
boys.
was like,
Give me
what?
2 smokes and let's go down secret this round. They should be lower
I'm
by.
gonna large smoke again.
I need 2 smokes right here, please. Smoke 1 out. Smoke 2 out.
Oh, I'll
It's
throw
gonna
you
be
too.
a little late. Smoke 3 late.
all right, Stav, I'll posted back credit.
Flash again.
Alright, sounds good.
Waiting flash now.
Heaven dead,
Nice,
nice.
Jonesy, good shit. Another heaven. One more heaven. Watch out for close mini or something, so just be careful.
Watch him behind.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you bomb lovely and just go in. Oh, you have vents.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm mollying dark. One
Nice.
more ramp.
One more ramp there. I'll get on that.
Nice.
Okay. Vent. Last guy vent.
One single.
Single now.
Does he have an AK?
I have an AK and vent.
He not picked up. He kept the swag, bro. What the
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted more money. That greedy little fucking Jew.
That was a good round.
Netanyahu.
Let's I think let's
Look,
try
his
to
name
go
even
into
says Juicy in it.
let's try to get into garage again. Jonesy, do you mind going into garage alone? I'll try
Yeah.
this old secret in the back.
Wait, what do you mean? Okay.
You're
We're
gonna
gonna flash
enter.
you into
Just come
garage.
behind me.
I need
Just go behind me.
Excuse me. Okay, failed Molly.
Oh, wait,
That's
fuck,
good.
I need that. There's some
Okay, I got it.
hella late.
So he's holding secret. I just
They smoke ramp.
would like to see them get a
That
little
could
bit
be
better
trying
at
to get
calming that
close.
kind of stuff, what they're holding, what they're doing.
I think they're gonna try to go T-roof. Careful.
Alright. Flash me in.
Flash socks and hold behind you.
I'm gonna.
I'm fucking stuck in the.
I was trying to whisper. One secret.
Heaven dead, nice. Okay, so we should
Socks
try to
is on
wrap.
Secret. We're good on that for now.
Looking secret right now. He was up top, close already.
Like right here. So he calls he's holding
Yeah,
secret,
he's
but we have an
down,
op
like,
posted on
towards the
secret. Like
stairs.
we're not.
He could
I
move. He
mean-
could move though. You can scale towards A if you want. The Sox is holding it.
See, see how long it takes for them to get that calm out.
We're
Like,
trying to get into heaven here.
I
like
think
Lovely is
he's
already
saving
pushing
up
heaven, and
Lovely,
Jonesy's just now getting
we
here.
could probably finish it here. Secret. Nice. That was the secret guy. Good shit.
They know bombs here.
That's
Yeah,
fine. Can you
we
drop
should take it
Sox?
Backside.
Nice.
Dead. One more in hell. Lobby last.
Lobby last. Just playing safe there, holding your hut. Okay, he's out. He just picked up the gun. Could go to door.
Still in hut.
Nice.
Well played, boys. Well played.
Already out.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, that's op dead.
Alright.
They had the AVP.
Can I get a drop from somebody, please?
When you guys drop Angel.
So
I can drop you.
you guys gotta be a little bit better at calming for yourselves what you're holding. So there was a good like 15 seconds that Jonesy's waiting for like the fucking secret guy, and Sock was on it the entire time. So like when we think like slow things like it's awkward because it didn't hurt you there, but like Lovely's pushing Heaven by himself, and like Jonesy, you should have been right on his ass with him the whole time. And you probably would have been. No, I mean you would have been, but like we're not calming what we're holding. It's just like talk to each other, small talk stuff. Good round though.
Alright, let's try to get into mini here. So,
All right, so
Socks,
M
Gears,
is not the
Jonesy,
keybind
Frosh,
for.
once he starts fading low, you got the
I'll have to change it to N.
indestructible smoke.
So M is my keybind to change my hotkey for showing that I'm live, or
I got it,
speaking to them.
You're good, Socks.
I gotta change this to N.
Throw in the smoke now. Throw in the smokes now.
Nade.
Close.
Close with Max 7.
Close,
Fucking
close,
loser.
There.
Got it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
You got the AK?
Alright. Now I'm back.
Who's smoke?
Mulling back red.
One on mini.
Here, Jonesy, I'm falling back to the lobby.
One drop
Went
back.
down.
Alright. They lost info outside then. We could probably
Where's
work
the bomb
back.
at? Okay.
Oh, that's why. The end of lobby, like walking out. Could have faked me out on minimap, admittedly, or like death cam.
That's a good trade out of them.
He's just holding it
Still
though.
there. He's right in lobby,
Lobby.
like right in the door.
I mean, honestly, you might
It's
want
up
to just.
you, but there's no way they have an op. So.
Yeah, I was about to say they're
Alright.
probably gonna play just to throw it out and die. But all good.
Huge guy, bro.
I'll throw the smoke wall outside, and then you can Angel can lurk outside. The rest of us can work up ramp. Okay.
We're doing outside and I'll lurk.
Alright,
Yeah.
so
Do I need to drop my smoke or what?
Yeah. Just give me.
they
your
did
smoke,
get the
Jones.
up there, so we do have to worry about,
They've been like having
Outside
so
op.
Be careful of that.
or if they end up going ramp
Thank you.
here.
Okay.
Just wait a second. Angel, wait Smoke 1. Smoke 2. Alright.
So I'm gonna just full cam Angel
You're
here.
gonna lurk outside
on
or
the
no?
lurk.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
outside.
looking outside.
Outside. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got smoked off. We can hold for a second.
I just broke
I
it.
threw the lurk smoke door.
I'll let you hold
One-
that. I'll hold this.
One sounds like he's close.
Okay, I'll hold this side of the smoke.
One's in garage.
That or they might have boosted, maybe.
They could
I
have.
heard a
It's
rumor.
just kind of awkward. He needs to fall back before the
Start
smoke
to
fades and
start
just play Africa, I think. Just play his life. Or they're gonna race
They're flashing.
smoke for him.
On box. There's gonna be another.
Drop.
Watch out,
Nothing
ramp.
boost. Yeah. Hell dead.
Dead.
Could go back up if you want.
One's towards ramp. So
Nobody top
Yeah,
out.
let's go outside real
Nice.
quick.
Go.
Side
They need to
dead.
go heaven now, immediately.
Side dead. I have a.
Alright, yeah, just go
Could have
for the
took hut the control technically.
They could have, yeah. I'm gonna molly vent.
planning back site.
plan
Play,
for.
play for heaven.
And he did. 2 ramp.
I
Sounds
think
like-
one. Oh.
Hell. Left.
Nice.
Alright, good recovery, boys.
That's what I mean, man. Like,
Recovery.
Jonesy. Well, we lost the opening there.
so that's a really good round.
Can
But-
Lovely drop Jonesy AK if you don't mind.
What finds
Bro,
them
just
more
shot him and then dropped the fuck off.
what finds them more consistency and better results is if they can calm that stuff. Like Angel being able to find that lurk and that opening on A should just be an immediate reaction. There's a slight like hitch in their decision making there where they're not immediately going up. And I think it's partially because Angel's not calming like anything about the potential for him to get a kill there. Like, hey, I'm walking out on A, give me a second. Like, I'm walking through mini, we can go A if I get a kill, something. There's no like preemptive anticipation of a play about to be made.
Smokes now. Smoke 2. Smoke 3.
We're trying to get into garage, you said?
Yep.
All right, if they're getting garage, I'm watching Lovely because they're gonna flash him in. Him and Jonesy have to play
Down
this
already,
well.
good. Okay, Socks, you got the flash ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna molly secret.
Alright, go ahead and flash.
Flashing.
Nice
Nice.
flash.
Secret. Flashing
I can.
secret.
I'm
Ramp,
gonna
ramp,
flash
ramp,
him.
Kevin,
Flash him
Kevin.
over.
Ramp is
Flash
opping.
him
Ramp is
over.
opping.
Can flash mini.
Socks hold secret.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Here, I'll let you. Okay, I still got mini.
Try and wrap here.
Okay.
One's still on A.
I'm watching hell. Just make sure someone has eyes on heaven.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Okay, well, it's okay, it's okay. I'll clear the lower part of this.
I'm gonna go through mini then.
For 20 seconds.
Don't want to smoke off hell because
We gotta hurry.
You can bait me into hut.
Nothing, Evan. Alright, lovely. You're good to come up.
Bait me.
Nothing top hut.
15 seconds.
China, China, hut. China, still China.
Hopping hut, hopping hut. Damn it.
That's worst
Fuck
case
that fucking
scenario.
retard.
Yeah, I mean,
it's worst case
I think
Like,
scenario.
are they- we
it
have-
goes without being said. I think our idea was great.
I like the vision.
Then-
We just took too long.
Yeah, we just took too long. Literally.
Alright.
Great play,
I
though,
think.
actually.
Okay, let's try and get down to secret. Since we haven't been down there in a while, we need to go down. Let's buy up here. Give me 2 smokes.
Let's try to speed it up. I'll try to go. I'm gonna go quick actually then.
Oops.
There's
Alright,
some of the
sounds
bomb.
good.
I'm gonna be loud as hell.
I just tapped out. My bad.
Yeah, I'll follow you up.
Hopefully I can get across with him.
Boys, yeah, fuck this third round. Smokes gonna be
I might break this real quick.
Just wait a sec, that last smokes. Second later.
I'll wait for the break.
Oh, one foot behind us.
Oh,
Careful, T roof.
Dude, mini.
mini T roof and heaven. Guy, I think 2 vents. One more vent. One downstairs. Or is that you? Oh, fuck. It's you. Shit. I'm holding your vent, Angel.
Plan it for single.
Lovely. Where the hell are you at?
I fucking got stuck here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave you ramp.
Come here.
Damn it, bro. Fuck. Yeah, I got pinched in a
Ramp
bad
right now.
spot.
Kind of dead here.
Alright, let's switch me off. That's annoying.
Me 2 of them. Yeah.
Dark and single.
Dark and single. Yep. Plan it for backside and single.
What?
Nice try.
Where was he dude? Where were my bullets going? I didn't even hit him once. Okay.
Yeah, the guy up top on fucking Marshmallow had me like. I took a fight outside because I tried getting close.
Alright,
I killed that guy. and then-
We're pretty low money here. Don't buy. Let's buy next. Let's do a quick ramp play. I will.
Just an overall, it's a good T side. Again, I just think they're like kind of overcooking everything.
Goal here is bomb down anything he goes.
I like the slow pace for these guys. I think that if it is something they want to do on this map, I think it works well for them, like as a team. But it's an art. It really is. It's hard to be consistent at playing the slow style. You have to really just practice it and get better at it.
Yeah, doing double as well.
2 double.
Fucking Glocked him, alright.
Ran out of
One
ammunition.
downstairs, one on hell.
Oh, sure.
Damn.
It's Nico. It's all good.
They're letting me get down every single
mean-
round with vent.
Do we
We
still?
also
Yeah, I think we
killed
should
Brady,
focus
that was
inner,
good.
man. Like throw the outside smokes, would do something inner to A.
Yeah,
You know?
we can do that.
So this is
you make sure you
where-
have nades for the
When they have
exec.
2 rounds left, they need to win these last
So wait
2.
to throw the molly this round until we actually go.
8-4 is huge.
Or no, I'll throw the molly. I'll throw the molly through. Give me one smoke, just one smoke here.
Goodness, oh my god.
Also,
I'm
on
already
the
yawning.
exec, throw one flash and we go on the flash to the ship.
I don't have a
blind
molly
cell.
for Asia, just letting you know. Jonesy, go into hope.
One just dropped down.
Lovely can give you his molly. Alright. So when you guys are ready, we'll start going
Ready.
here, okay?
They smoked the door.
They just went for the door.
Where you filled off?
Volleying.
Just
And flash.
wait till I
Cut,
quit.
wait.
I got another
Yeah,
flash.
we're
Another flash.
One close.
They're now.
Flashing.
Top rafters.
Nice.
Nice.
I get mama.
In vent, or in single.
Cover here,
Single,
cover here.
single.
Heaven one.
Heaven single.
Let's wrap the guys.
Still heaven.
I don't think that's
Dead.
Nice.
Nice, good play.
Stocks. Brilliant flash. I ran the whole way across and they didn't even see me. Lovely dropping AK here as well.
That's a great recovery to losing the entry on that.
Let's try.
Nate
let's get
getting
in the
lost
garage
on
again.
A there is fucking insane for
Try and
us.
like wrap heaven.
Break windows,
It
please.
seems to be working.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Alright. If Angel gets down clean though, we can go down secret. Okay? Give me 2 smokes here, please.
We gotta be specific on our fucking smoke placement, guys.
Live again.
5. Smoke 1, 2. Smoke 3's a little late. It's going out. You see a guy.
Dumbass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ramp, just push with an op.
Okay. Flash whenever.
Gotcha.
One's in lobby with an op, just letting you guys know.
Socks. I'll chill here. with
So
you.
this
You
is
hold up here, I'll
where they
see
keep
what-
getting control. They just need to have a better vision of where they want to
So-
finish. So they have one guy
Low-key
outside
walk towards
holding
respawn with me.
secret. They have both of them wrapping heaven, and they have one guy holding top marsh above them. So these two are the playmakers. They need to call what they're doing.
Hell, I think.
I can flash, hold on.
The op, that's the op, that's the op.
Alright,
That was the guy in lobby.
start wrapping it. Start
One
wrapping
more
it.
lobby, one more lobby. Near single.
Socks. I'll flash and fall down. Okay.
Okay.
Flashing. Pop. Right next
Nice.
to you. Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
One more under. Side on
Under.
Nice.
Take
Quiet.
Good
Nice.
shit. 8-4. Just what we needed.
I'm not gonna lie, I dropped a little bit too soon. I did not
Bro,
see it.
Socks, he was full blind. He was full blind by that, and he was pissed. Like, he thought he had a free kill on you. Alright, good
Dude
half.
thought he was
boys.
Dude, guy thinks he's Apex.
I know he changed stuff up. Keep the pistol the same, though. Until he's down, Socks. And
Jesus Christ.
All right, so I'm not going to go into depth of exactly what they're changing because obviously I don't want to like blow up their fucking strats and stuff. But they're trying a little bit of a different setup here on CT side, so I can probably give some more input than I did on T side. I think the only thing they really changed on T side, not really changed it, but they more emphasis on a little bit of a slower play style outside control. So it wasn't a change of just what percentage of rounds they call that they do that.
Fucking missed my jump.
I'm retarded. I got double ding. Outside, mini.
They're splitting A.
One more
I think
close,
they're
I
trying
think.
to
One
Good
more
job
close.
taking
Yeah,
space
one
on
more
Angel.
close, I think.
Back trophy, or back
Garage.
lobby.
Okay,
Yeah,
one lobby,
on-
one outside at least.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Near heaven and garage.
He's already
Oh,
up,
no
Evan.
way. Two.
Dude, many swings. Okay, heaven.
Yeah.
It's all good. These guys are weird.
That's all good. Alright,
So I would like to
let's
be
see.
a little bit more of a focus on exactly what the response is to that. So
Let's just gamble stack, yeah.
So they're gonna gamble stack A. It's no big deal. They're probably gonna lose unless they just destroy him with pistols. So right there when Nate dies outside, I'd like to see them do a little bit more of a coordinated. What is our response to this? And it's got to be more of a pre-discussed like conversation of like just a theory and like a map philosophy on what we want to do. So like, should we push the opposite end of the map? Should we all try to like group towards that area? Like, what are we doing? Because you have Lovely and Jonesy both want to fight the outside guys while Angel's taking space towards Trophy. And so like they're both fine responses to the same info, but they're like contradicting each other. Where if you want to group and fight those guys outside, then Angel could have rotated to Hell to fight outside with them, and they have 3 people holding it. If you want to push lobby, then you know somebody could have maybe gone to Angel to do it, or they could the other 3 players can play their life as best they can and just kind of wait for him to do something, to call whether they're going to go outside to secret, like are they coming back into A because he kills a lobby guy, maybe they catch bomb off guard or something, right? But they're just like on different pages. And it doesn't have to be the specific thing like, oh, if we die outside, we should push lobby. It's like, hey, if we die here, should we push the opposite of the map? Should we group and like stack? All right, cool. We get 1.
3.
Or do you actually
They
kill
might
the
go
guy? I'm
heaven.
gonna try and get the gun.
Nope.
I killed him like dead, like on top of ramp
On B.
Planning.
to your right. Kind of near the
Planet
boost.
Australis.
I'm just gonna save this.
I don't have any in the basement, so
If you just wanna go for exit sucks. Good luck.
They planted Australis. 1 was dark, and 1's probably on clock tower.
This isn't a terrible round. You get 1, you steal
Get a minute
Galil.
noise and try to get a couple dead.
You should be able to stand on this shit, man.
damn it. Thought I had enough time. Didn't pull that.
A little too early.
Yeah, too early.
I mean, you steal a rifle out of their hands.
Alright, so
As far
let's
as
try that
pistol ecos
with,
go, it's
Sox
not
on
a terrible
outside. I know
round.
you don't have an op here, but still try. Just get used to it, you know, not as a nerd.
I'm gonna play garage this time. Is Jonesy actually? I'm gonna play indestructible. Just kidding.
Yeah, Jonesy's gonna come in with these. Oh, Jonesy, I got the door molly this round since I got the better spawn.
Might just pick up mini then instead.
They
Smoke's
threw the
outside.
lurk smoke. They threw the lurk smoke. I'm gonna break it, lovely. Look, door, lovely.
Didn't see anything.
Almost trophy, I think.
Put it 1 down.
You ready? I'm gonna break smoke.
You can't go down. There's throwing a grenade. Up. It's kind of.
I'm gonna drop it.
I'm gonna lean for ramp then.
Breaking again. One's yeah, squeakies should be low, I think.
So these are the kind of rounds I really hope this team keeps playing, because this is the what do you do when you have
Could've
no
gone down.
information.
Yeah.
You
right
saw one guy squeak door, you know they threw outside smokes, but you didn't see anybody outside, so what the fuck do you do
Put
here?
squeaky for
And
info.
these are the kind of rounds they struggle in.
No, we'll stay back.
So their response to this is just everybody stay still. Angel's kind of in a weird spot because they can come right there. They just flashed ramp, and so now they're behind him,
Can one of you guys go down B to help?
and Angel's
I'm
kind
down
of
B.
stuck in the open.
Yeah, there's like there's 3 ramp at least. Sounds like.
Oops, it is.
Nice,
Good.
Angel. It's bomb.
Dude, that's double doors.
Nice.
Oh wait, middle of the ramp.
He's lit.
Can't believe we
Give me
killed
2.
that
Bomb's
guy.
not down.
You guys have bomb in Australis.
Go ramp.
Nice.
Last
I'm
guy.
one
Right
HP
side,
Sox.
right side, right side, right side.
Where's
Play
last?
a
Where's
1v1.
last?
Play
Ramp right side, ramp right side. He has to
a
get on
1v1
bomb.
Sox.
Bomb
Play a
Australis.
1v1. Play a 1v1.
Close double.
Don't
He
peek.
has to stick that plant. He has to stick it. He has to stick it.
Nice. He doesn't have to. He could try
Kill
to
that fucker.
do a spray transfer or something crazy like it.
Okay. Here you go.
So one of you running
I
out there
can
is
drop
fine,
your
but
op, drop your
one should hide.
for like one of them. I'll
There's an
just
AK
hide.
and an
Overall,
AK on the
good
ground.
round, good response. Those are the rounds that I'm a little nervous for these guys. Is like when things slow down because I don't think they have like
Good shit.
set responses to things and they don't communicate very well. So they don't really have a good way of like figuring out how to play those situations, where to push, how to play off each other.
Again.
Yeah.
They could have been dropped. They
I'm about to break this. About to break this. Breaking.
Yeah, they went down.
Not right now.
really might have dropped off.
I got killed the only outside guy. I'm gonna leave you, Sox.
Nobody then dropped.
I'm gonna
Or nobody's
drop
at
back to
least
Zaiwu.
on site immediately.
That's probably safe.
Lovely. You want to go up to help A? I'll just chill ramp.
Sure. I think you said they got down.
Maybe.
Nah,
he's
I'm
already
here
in.
right now, though.
Possibly.
Okay, I got you.
They could cross the secret where I'm at right now.
I'm a retard. Two ramp, bomb.
They're coming down B.
Down on the B. Planning. One control. Control on the near the bomb. Backside.
Oh my god, Angel's getting away with so
Nice.
much.
These bitches can't touch me!
Dude, he's single-handedly saving rounds for them.
Can I get a gun, somebody? A1, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Lovely. You mind going mini this round, just spamming your clip through the smoke?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna watch
Might
the cross to red.
nade it as well.
Okay.
They just opened the door straight up.
This was outside.
Be careful.
On top of mini.
Ramp off,
Yeah.
Angel.
He just
Mini.
called on top of Mini.
They dropped on me.
Two outside.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
wrapping
an op.
outside.
I'm gonna be careful.
Yeah, Bob.
The one gate's just trying to bait me in the P.
Yeah, someone pick up hut if you can.
Shit. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'll
smoke.
watch
them.
it. Alright, I'm walking.
They could go Hell Angel. Like,
Oh, yeah.
On the right side.
Dude, in hut, in mini too.
Flashing it.
oh my god.
Nice.
One more mini.
I'm
One more
gonna
mini.
walk all the way around. I'm walking all the way around.
Bomb's down door, Angel. The other guy could be long. Heaven in mini.
I got this guy.
Alright.
That was so
There is
awkward.
no way he lives that long.
I got
Good play by him, but
That was scary. That was
Lovely
fighting
should have
for
been
my
dead
life there.
fucking 10 seconds before that.
Good shit, boys.
I think they were just scared to peek him or something. I don't know.
Quick contact and through ramp.
Yeah, let's do it.
Play garage.
Okay. Jonesy, we'll lobby crunch with it. They're kind of slow though. We'll have to wait for them to take contact, and we'll throwing smoke. We'll go. Throwing fire.
Watch it outside and then the wave smoke.
Smoke.
Yeah. Breaking this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all ramp. Just running ramp. All of them.
Yeah, I'm behind them, but
So no one's worried about hell.
Dude, in secret, I don't know.
Yeah. Just a huge gap there. Hard to respond to, I guess.
Yeah.
Wonder if they picked up the op.
It's all good. They're just trying to do shit fast now to fucking overwhelm us.
You good, Jeremy?
I'm just getting out. I was trying to see if I could find the op, but I could not.
Probably have it.
Yeah, they picked it up. I don't feel safe there. Terrorists win. Alright, so Sox can buy himself here. I can drop the AK to Jonesy. And Angel's kind of Lovely. Can you drop a gun to Angel?
Yeah.
I think
Shotgun
I'm gonna
something.
bring it
I'll
behind.
pick
I'm gonna play back garage again.
Play more your life this round on ramp, Angel. I've got to
Smoke it.
Yeah, they just flashed me.
South.
Everyone down.
Careful hut. Top mini.
One's back guard as well.
Oh, blind as fuck.
Twinkie.
Yep, they dropped.
Dude, he's
Ooh.
low
Outside.
on Twinkie. Oh my god.
One's behind you. Jonesy. Could be hell. or-
Back lobby.
So I don't know if he's. I know that.
Damn it.
Nice. I don't know, came up, I guess.
Yeah, he walked out.
Fucking around.
Well, I know Sokka said he's uncomfortable playing outside, and I can kind of tell, man. He's missing a lot of shots, but also he's just kind of missing a lot of shots today in general.
Alright,
So
he's gonna have to hard eco here.
I think we just
for
trying to
money
chalk that up
pugs.
to like
Yeah.
We're gonna try. Actually, I might
this
do-
game or whatever.
We
Like,
just lobby crunch.
don't
I might
overreact
smoke
to that
out.
kind of stuff.
I might
But
smoke glaive and
Yeah,
go
we can-
outside or something.
it's also
Yeah, I think
making
let's,
it
like,
kind of
lobby
hard to
crunch is a
tell
group
like
here. I'll throw
what
a
exactly the
flash
issues
on
are,
it.
because I think a lot of these kills would be pretty. I wouldn't say impactful, but like at least relieve some pressure.
Flashing deep here, just run.
Yeah.
How'd he not
Up
peek?
there, I guess.
God, he like not.
I don't know.
thinking when the fucking
We're
AK.
thinking people. Getting.
Okay, we can buy here. It's not the best buy in the world. Sucks.
Can I get a
You
boost on
Angel
ramp?
on
So keep in
yes.
mind this is an 8-4 half.
I'm just gonna start mini. I think I don't have any util for
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them, and I'm gonna go secret.
Alright, I'm just gonna play passive. Evan, and I'll remove.
Good.
Smoke
I'm on my way
outside.
to secret right
smoke
now.
outside.
Just let me know when you want to flash, lovely. It's a close
Okay.
one. They could just be down.
One outside still.
One squeaky.
I can flash squeak. Yeah,
I hear somebody throwing a smoke.
Lovely. You want to
and
flash
molly.
outside?
I think they're getting
Yeah.
A.
Flashing outside.
It's A.
Squeaky.
Low lob, low hut, like half out. I'm gonna drop down and make noise
Planning it,
resource.
planning it.
Planning it.
In hut still.
Dude, this offer is such a faggot. He's mid site.
Yeah.
Guess he's just stirred out a flash, alright.
Nice kill. Good shit.
One more still low if they're pushing you.
It's all good. Alright, let's take a quick little breather. Playoff. Anything?
Yeah, you beat me to timeout. So listen, you guys, these are the kind of situations where you guys have to like talk about what the fuck's going on, because you're running default, like standard setups, it's not working. I don't want to call them gimmicks, but you're doing like different setups, like trying to push ramp, trying to do double outside, stuff like that. It's not working. So like, what's your response here? You guys need to figure something out quick. And like you have your ecoed here, go at 11-11, right? Play on the rifle, but in between this round and next round, you guys need to figure out how to stop the bleeding. Whether it's to get aggressive outside, whether it's
Do we want to force here around the rifle?
Absolutely.
just make sure you can buy. No, make sure you get my next.
Alright, I'm gonna get into secret.
I think next round we need to like play aggro outside. And maybe just have the op like sitting ramp or something.
Yeah, ramp off, or off ramp.
Like I said, Molly.
Hopefully they didn't see me.
One lobby.
Tier
going
of,
up.
tier of.
Second smoke. I'm not watching Pinky.
You dropped down Asia.
Yeah, one's close. Flashing
Nice,
into
let's go.
garage.
Their lobby lurk's dead.
On the garage.
I can get behind this guy.
Okay,
There's
one's
more
going
outside, more outside, more outside, more outside, more outside. Like deep.
Okay, I just... Oh, dude, what? Outside,
near him,
man,
near him,
wrapping
near him.
heaven.
I'm gonna try and go secret. They might expect us.
There's nobody else outside.
What's gonna drop on me? Of course, no one right next to him in mini with an op or AK.
Okay. So heaven and
Yeah.
mini then.
Might pick up op because he's super low.
Heaven and mini last two.
I don't think
Never
so.
mind.
I think the heaven guy's the one that's super low.
Keep on there.
Last guy should be
That's
low.
what-
He's
Super
ahead
low.
of the...
On bomb. That's bomb.
Yeah, bomb. Yeah, bomb. Yeah, bomb. You can molly it.
Molly now.
He's outside.
Nice playtime.
Angel. How you go?
He's low.
Nice.
You're right. He was quite low.
Yeah, I hit him in the head for the fucking 5-7, and then like once in the body, and I think I missed the second. I was just like, brother, what?
I still think we try getting aggro.
Yeah, we
You
did.
want
I'll
to
throw
have a
glaive
second
smoke.
rifle, and then I can go heaven.
Yeah.
Or I can help.
Well, actually, can you just go ramp by yourself, Socks? Angel,
Yeah,
can you come
that
in
works.
with me? Just play heaven,
Yeah.
Angel. Drop on the site.
Yeah.
You molly hut, I'll molly the door.
I got glaive smoke for this.
So,
Alright, they fucking good. Lurk smoke.
You saw him T-roof.
Side on side.
They're just all there.
Nice, Jonesy, nice.
All of them?
mini, on top of mini, on top of
No, there's
mini.
one lobby, so. Drop.
Dude.
That's
One hut,
fucking
one hut.
good play.
He was in lobby. 3v2, you don't have to push.
Could wrap us.
Yeah, they could. Fuck.
Nice.
That's bomb.
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 That's good.
That's
That's the
right, I
normal lobby lurker.
You pick up my mini, Nate. I'll pick up
Yeah.
heaven if you come in front.
He could go heaven.
Yeah,
I'm
go
outside.
front of the silos or something.
I'm watching hell to see if he goes up.
Yeah,
He
I got
could still
mini
go from the
slash
outside,
kind of door.
Hut. Fuck.
So that's a scuffed ass setup. You have a teammate who's trying to call that he can prevent him coming up heaven.
Probably a mini.
On T.
That's an insane plan spot. Alright, let's think here. Alright, let's just rip attack here, why not? Trying to think here. because we
Alright,
gotta-
listen, you guys haven't really tried anything aggressive lobby without the op. I think maybe just post sock up outside or heaven or something. Let Lovely play like garage or whatever. Like Jonesy and Angel probably push through ramp after like 20 seconds. Just go.
I'll pick up mini instead of garage.
Okay, just go quiet. You guys don't have to push immediately, so give it a couple seconds. Make sure it's not a lobby. A ramp rush, and then walk it.
Sounds good. I'll play close hut so I can swing off your contact.
Dude, I gotta get used to pressing my fucking.
And we gotta keep in mind it's always Juicy. Their purple is always the guy. And
The only thing that sucks is my keybind to fucking unmute myself on Discord's a 2-key keybind, and OBS doesn't take 2-key
Off outside.
keybinds.
Zox like focus outside. T-roof.
Low smokes. It could be
I'm gonna have to
down.
walk into the set. I can't hold that. There's
just
too many.
dropped.
Yeah, there's a bunch making noise out
Okay,
there.
sorry.
Could be close on the door
Back
here as
lobby.
well.
Second set of smokes.
That's the
Just
word.
dropped. They just dropped mini. Too many.
One's close. CT.
Could be wrapping as well. Could be wrapping you.
I'm gonna push.
Near outside.
Yep.
Two. One. Two close to
One's
heaven.
gonna go heaven.
Could go help.
One's still towards red as well. I might try to kill this guy right here.
Dude, whatever.
That's the opera, of course.
It's all good. It's all good. It's just a squim.
So we need to. I'm gonna talk about this. Normally I let them finish their own analysis of what's going on, but I need to talk about this last round because it's a map theory problem, and it's like just a general Counter-Strike theory problem, and not so much like a them problem.
Right side.
So we need to discuss like pushing and pulling and.
Kid.
Yeah.
He's on.
Maybe.
Yep, all good.
93 and 4. That's
All right. Real quick, I let you guys normally talk about the games on your own and let you like analyze it yourself for a little bit before I step in, but I just want to talk about that last round specifically for a second, and then I'll let you guys have your own conversation. So that last round to me is kind of like the general, like, not a map theory, but like a Counter-Strike theory, right? Where it's about pushing and pulling. So if you're gonna send two people to go take lobby control from ramp, we can't give up map control everywhere else. So what I mean is, without having anybody at all outside, and these guys throwing outside smokes religiously, you're leaving so many gaps that they can walk secret. You guys have no idea. And you're putting pressure towards lobby. Remember that. So you have nobody that can quick rotate down ramp. These guys are going to be in lobby, like pushing to their fucking spawn. So nobody outside can do anything to disrupt a secret push. Okay, so secret's open. But when Lovely doesn't play garage, now you have the concern of what happened is now they can fucking push behind you guys into hell. And Sock's getting pushed by two guys in hell, and no one can help him. And then we're pushing Nate into hut itself, which is already kind of risky because, again, you're doing a gamble by pushing ramp that they're not going to ramp rush on you. That's already one gamble you're taking in this entire round. The second gamble you're taking is now that you're playing hut, if they go with a fast A exec, you're fucking dead before the two guys that are supposed to be making the play pushing into lobby can do anything. So like you're putting yourself at that's a second gamble in the round. And then the third gamble is we have nobody outside to stop potential map control, that they can take so much space because when you're playing, if these guys were running through ramp and you're doing a fast take, that's a different conversation. But because they're doing it slow and they're walking, your guys' job as the other three players is really just to like contain and call info so they can kind of know where to go and how you guys are going to adjust. So it's more of like a theory on how we're going to, and that this isn't like a nuke theory. This is just in general, like, fuck, I mean, pick a map, pick a spot you're pushing, same concept applies. How do you put pressure on one side of the map or one area of the map and then pad everything else so you minimize the risk and the amount of gaps you're leaving open? It applies to every single map. Now, you guys can decide how you're going to do that all on your own. It's not like a set, if you do this, you have to do this. But you would probably play it a little differently if we really talked about like Lovely's going to play mini here and Nate's going to push up into fucking hut. Sock probably plays deep spawn to hold the wrap or something, right? Like being able to quickly identify when we call these things in spawn in that 15-second period, what gaps are going to be open and how you need to play around that. And that's something like, as we go forward, another thing to kind of think about that we need to improve on is making sure that everyone's making as smart of a play as we can. I understand that 50 things could have happened there that caused that round to go wrong, and that's fine. That's how Counter-Strike works, right? You can do something and they're going to counter it, whether it's blind or intentional. But when you lose a round the way that you did because it was gaps being left open, that's fixable. That's something that's on us, not on these guys are just good and they read our play and they countered it. So when we start to make these sorts of adjustments and we don't have like a set play to do it where we know all these things are happening, someone's got to start calling potential gaps or like picking the right spots to go to instead of just, I'm going to go here because I kind of think it a little deeper of why you're going where you are and how that affects everybody else on the map, like what's open, so that maybe you can just call, like in the future, Lovely goes, I'm going to just play mini instead. Watch a hell wrap. Like that, all of outside's open. I'm not peeking outside at all. Or
I thought that was like that's what the call was to focus the op towards outside.
So
that's why I said
I wasn't
actually I'm gonna go mini.
I wasn't spectating Sock the whole round. When I picked up his POV, he's in hell under the ladder, and there's a dude on the window fighting him, and he gets shot in the back of the head because there's another guy who wrapped through like the door of hell. So I don't know where the gap was created. I know there was a gap though, because now no one has outside. Like They wrapped into 2 guys wrapped through either garage or to ice cube to hell, and he gets flanked because of it.
I
So
mean,
it was initially
from my
heaven, and I got
recollection.
swung from 2 different. I got swung both close and far. One jumped off of mini, and then another one was right on the smokes next to garage. Pushed through.
So if I'm not mistaken, I remember the call being that we're gonna focus the op towards outside, and then I went, okay, well actually no, I'm gonna play in mini, and then we called out there was a bunch outside, and then I calmed, yo, I can't stay in mini. There's too many of them outside close, right? So then I walked back into sight.
So I guess my whole point is we need to be a little tighter on exactly like where, so what our responses are to certain things. So I guess if you get pushed onto site, how are we going to play around this, right? So I know that at least from watching Nate pushed into lobby, that was his reaction, was to help them take lobby control. Sock's reaction's a little different, where he's now like, he's not heaven anymore, he's hell. He's getting swung by 2 guys. Like, how do we alleviate that problem? If I were to draw it up as an actual play, I would have had you 2 playing on site. So whether it's Nate on top hut and you back site or whatever, but you 2 would have been playing site the whole time. And Sock should have been like deep spawn, specifically just holding the garage wrap so that no one can get to hell at all. He's playing really safe, so he has a fallback position. That way you guys don't get pushed. That way, you know, like one of you guys that's sitting on site the entire time could hold them walking into mini. One of you can hold them like walking out of hut. Obviously, if they don't break door, then door's clear because you have to open it. If it does get broken, you play that situation. But like, however you guys were playing it, the specific positions left them to get into fucking hell. Basically at the same time that your lobby players were fighting the one lobby lurk. So like, we're not really giving them enough time to make a play, and then you guys are getting pinched because we're not holding whatever we had to hold properly. There's a giant gap that we're not. Either we didn't pick it
Right,
up
so
or we're missing
ideally-
shots. One of the 2.
So ideally, ideally the best potential setup would have been Sox and CT with the op, me and Nate probably just on site, right? But that wasn't the case. The case was Nate was gonna go. You said that we were gonna have Jonesy and fucking Angel push late through fucking ramp into lobby, and that Nate was gonna go to site. And then you said I was gonna go like back garage or whatever, but then I calmed beforehand, like, yo, I'm gonna go into mini. And then the play call was like, I mean, am I mistaken? Like, I'm just trying to.
No, you're right.
I'm
So
just trying to like cover, like check all the boxes. You know what I mean? For as to why we got wrapped outside.
So again, didn't see POV. Sock, did you just miss shots, or were there 2 like?
I missed a half blind flick.
Okay, so he
So
not a realistic shot, right? But so he gets pushed off. But again, were you in heaven?
correct, yes.
So we're getting a little nitpicky on like exact responses here, because again, I just think it's like not a great setup for what we were trying to do. But if that's the case, like, you can't really drop onto site because you still give them the wrap, right? So honestly, it's kind of like what you did, whatever, 2 rounds before that or a round before that, where you probably should have just dropped down the ladder and like fallen back into ramp, because you know they can't flank you from ramp because your teammates just pushed it. And the timing.
By the time I was down, I was completely surrounded.
So then that's why I'm,
because you started towards A. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that the play call was to go to focus outside. And I'm not trying to like call anyone out. I'm just trying to explain and like kind of paint the picture for as to why we got wrapped outside and see how we can fix it.
so
But what it looked like
so
is
my
you went towards A.
so my point
from heaven or
is,
whatever.
that's right, we're kind of on the same. So my point is, if you shot 1 bullet and saw 2 people at most, and then by the time you even drop down the ladder, you're being swarmed in hell, like, those guys were already there before you shot your first shot. unless they W keyed, which you would have presumably heard them W key, which I don't think you did. Maybe I'm mistaken, but like, again, my point, my whole point isn't the setup, because you guys don't have a set play for this. It's not like we called, hey, run ramp walk, and everyone knows exactly where they're going. My point is, if we're gonna call something like this on the fly, and it's really the focus of the call is we're gonna send 2 rifles to walk ramp now instead of the op and a rifle to do it. Everyone else needs to get to a point eventually that we should know what gaps exist and how to play that situation appropriately. There's like 3 or 4, maybe 10 different ways you could come up with some sort of a setup around those 2 players walking through ramp. And I just think that we kind of missed any of those really like decent setups there. And what we have to get better at is that part of our game as individuals, because it's a team thing, but it's individual decision making. I'm not saying any one person made a bad decision. I'm saying that it's because if we're playing the why did someone play this, like, again, I point like Nate pushing into hut is a little aggressive. It's a gamble we don't need to really take if we're already taking the ramp gamble. It's kind of a not a late, but like, if again we're throwing this together in the 15 seconds in between rounds, like Lovely changing his position in the middle of those comms makes it a little hard for someone to maybe make a decision. They thought they were playing double outside, but now all of a sudden they're playing solo outside. So like Sock maybe doesn't want to play solo outside. Whatever, I don't know. And then like Sock making his decision to play more towards heaven is like, we're all kind of disconnected on what maybe the goal should be here. So as we progress, and if we're going to play this style of just calling shit quickly and on the fly and kind of piecing stuff together, that's fine. But we also have to start looking at like why people make decisions the way they do and kind of just talk about it like we're doing right now, so that in the future, if a similar situation pops up of we're pushing somewhere in general, not specifically ramp, but anywhere, how do we play across the map appropriately? Because again, this isn't a nuke specific problem, and it's not a ramp push specific problem. It's anytime we're going to push somewhere on the map, how should everyone else be playing around it appropriately? So that we don't leave gaps and that you don't get too aggressive on the other side of the map and die before the people who are supposed to be making the aggressive play can even get in a position to do anything. Or calm that no one's the spot that they're pushing, so you guys eliminate spots they could and can't be, whatever. But that's just kind of something to take with us from the scrim, at least from that perspective. But I know there's a decent amount to talk about if you guys want to go ahead, and I'll let you guys have your conversations of where you think things went wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like they made us bite a lot on. I don't know if that was like what their whole thing was, to just like throw a smoke squeaky door, and then like we had a lot of rounds where we had like 3 of us in. Like,
all right,
not a lot of rounds.
I'm gonna let them
there's a couple
talk.
rounds
I
where
gotta run to the bathroom, so I'm gonna
definitely,
let them talk, and I'll be right back.
Gave up outside a little bit, and then like they were outside, and then we just kind of, I don't know. That I don't think I played that well to begin with. Like just getting the trades, I feel like I just died a lot all over the place.
Because I was gonna say, to like caveat off of that, like when they push outside and then they throw smokes, and I go to spam a smoke, get nothing, and I go to break a smoke, see nothing, and I peek back towards the other side and look fucking marshmallow top mini and see nothing, like that's as much as I can really do out there. That's so like at that point I'm calming, like like I'm calming my smoke breaks, I'm calming that I don't see anything or that they could go down. So at that point it's like kind of up to us to figure out, like, do we really think they went down? Oh, they might have, or they could have. Okay, let's rotate someone down. Because if I see nothing after like breaks and spams and all that, then that is what it is. Like I don't see anything. I can't really I can't play that aggressively and try to find a pick or whatever. Like if I don't see anything, I don't see anything.
Did you feel okay outside, Socks, or Did you feel like? How do you feel?
Outside,
Yeah.
just as uncomfortable as I said I would.
Yeah. I
Which,
feel
I
like
mean,
I
There's,
feel like
there's
I
no,
didn't feel any
that
better.
is
I mean,
but
there's no,
All right, sorry,
there's
I'm
no
back.
good way for me to like regress into angles. It feels like, but also the few rounds that I was actually having an op out there, they really weren't out there. Felt like so.
I mean, I'll be real. I think like it's gonna take a little time to adjust playing outside the op. I'm not expecting you to feel super comfortable game one. This is more just like we need to figure out like okay, like maybe there's like certain positions you are a bit better out there, or you feel more comfortable, or probably the bigger ones. There's certain spots you don't like to stand in or whatever. I will say real quick, I think our new protocol on A though, Jonesy, is whenever the teams throw that lurk smoke, the only way to truly hard counter it is you gotta either close to the door, which is pretty risky, or you gotta play top hut, and you gotta keep your smoke with you on top hut because the reason Angel most of the half was able to get down for free pretty much is because every round Sox top hut and he was throwing the lurk smoke and just walking down. It's like the only way to truly counter that is one of you or me to be on top hut with a smoke, and if they molly top hut, we just extinguish it. I know it kind of sucks burning a smoke for that, but that's probably the easiest way to deal with that door lurk, which is very annoying. Honestly, on our T side, we reaped the benefit of that quite a few rounds when Angel got down for free. We would cut off the main rotate.
yeah, no, I agree.
But real quick, just while I'm thinking about this, on T side, how are you guys feeling that garage play? Like, is there any like adjustments we need to make as of right now? Like something we could maybe do to improve that?
I think for what it is, it's really good. I think the only thing that'll, propose like hurdles in the future is just if we don't have a backup plan or of how we want to do that. So I think we should. It's definitely a great idea and a great play. And I mean, we got some kills off of it. We got a lot of fucking map control off of it. That shit was, really good. I just think same thing with like, with Ancient. Like we need to just develop other ways to do it as well. Because if we do that, and then once we run into a team who's trying to counter it really well, then we'll just fuck them. But I think it worked pretty fucking good.
Okay.
I kind of feel
Yeah,
like my
go.
ass is flapping in the wind on Marshmallow a bit.
What do you
And
mean by
From
that?
behind you or from?
like, yeah, from behind. So either like there's a handful of rounds where it just I personally feel like I just don't have enough information to be super comfortable. And I trust Angel, but there's only so much he can hold at once.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah, I
just
mean
think
that's a
like
pretty fair point.
I just think we're really lacking in some of our grouping together. Like it just continues to feel like a consistent problem. Like we're not challenger top 100 players. We shouldn't play like it. I feel like we take a lot of individual duels still.
So I will kind of chime in on that point. I feel like this is the first map since I've been with you guys that kind of feels like you tried to play a different style today, and I want to get an idea of whether this is something you're trying to consciously do or if it's just kind of happened. So you guys ran the clock down a lot this game on T side. Is that something you guys, as a 5-man, like all of you, feel comfortable and would like to continue that style, or is that something where you guys like makes you feel anxious and like it wasn't intentional and you kind of don't want to keep doing it?
What I was gonna say is that, personally, I don't feel super comfortable. I mean, I think it's pretty normal to not feel comfortable with having 30 seconds, 25 seconds, 20 seconds to get the bomb down and everything. But I will say that the plays that we made and just the plays that we called, I personally actually, I really liked them. I think a lot of them worked really well. I think we just need more reps on them to to actually like get our timings down of like how quickly we want to take areas on the map so we don't leave ourselves with like 20 seconds to plant.
So I bring it up because I mean, obviously it's a very viable way to play, but it's a very how do I word this, unforgiving play style. So one mistake, right? One player dropping somewhere just wipes all the progress you guys made in the previous minute and whatever, like 10 seconds. And so you have to be very disciplined, you have to be very good at it, which you guys can get there by doing it, right? You just have to practice it. But I don't want you guys to feel like you're playing that style on like Nuke and then you go to whatever, Overpass or Ancient, and you're playing like we're taking space in the first 30 seconds and we're fighting every motherfucker. Like we're just sprinting out mid, we're sprinting out here, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, because here's my point that I watched from tonight that I noticed, right? And it'll make sense why I'm bringing all that up. So I think you guys are finally, at least with today's scrim, you're kind of like complementing both sets of players on your team. So I think, in my opinion, just watching you guys, so when you guys are like that default where you're trying to take garage control, you guys are playing really slow, you're winding the clock down, but you're doing these little like burst plays where it's like we're throwing the outside smokes and we're walking outside, but we're going to flash in and we're going to take this garage space very aggressively with Lovely and Jonesy. I think that complements their playstyle really well. But then as soon as they take that space, you guys paused again, right? So then like those two would like walk heaven and take like heaven hell control. And if those two can get on the same page of like playing together, there was a little bit of gapping problems where like Jonesy's lagging behind a little bit, but again, fix it with reps. You guys go back to playing slow. And that slow style really specifically complements Angel because it gives him time to like, hey, you guys have taken space, you've made noise somewhere, maybe he can go find a gap. But even with the other two, right, if we can get comfortable in these setups of where to play, I think it complements Sock for being able to sit there and just cut off parts of the map. So today he was cutting off Secret a lot, so they couldn't like reverse clear Secret on you guys. But if he can get comfortable that maybe he drops off of Marshmallow and he can get down to Red Room and he can hold like the Heaven Rafter as you guys walk up, or he can hold the glass under Hell for like, Unbreakable or whatever. Like he can be involved in the play of holding an angle for you guys, and you guys can then continue to walk before you make that final burst play of whatever, finishing, say you guys walk Heaven and finish A, right? I think it complements like both styles you guys, I think, excel at. But again, I want to make sure that's kind of what you're going for instead of it was unintentional and that's not really what we're trying to do. Because if you're going to keep getting reps on it, like that should be your style, how you want to play Nuke and maybe even play other maps. But if it's unintentional, you guys don't like it, you don't feel comfortable, then like maybe don't lean into that style. Because again, like that comes with like different analysis from me.
Like to me it felt like kind of like when we do like late mid on Ancient, like, or just a mid take on Ancient, it felt a little bit like that in the garage hit. I just think there's like a time where it's like, okay, we didn't lose anyone yet, maybe we gotta pick outside, but then we're sitting garage, and it feels like, maybe we will in the future then decide to just like, okay, go back out to go Secret, but it feels like we're funneled to go towards Heaven, to 8, basically to try to go A, I guess, in a sense. So it's kind of like, I feel we have that same type of play with the mid take on Ancient, but it's like there's that still middle of the round, like what the fuck are we doing? It feels like that, like I feel like if we could clear that up, like it'd be better, like because then it could change maybe even what Angel's doing. Like if we know we're going garage and then we're gonna wrap A, like maybe Angel sells a little bit ramp, but then focuses on maybe trying to come out, squeaky or hut,
So this is
late or something.
So this is kind of, I mean, we've already had that conversation about like trying to give direction on where to go, but again, if we're just talking about like where to call mid round, so right, if you guys can clear garage right? And you're going to send someone towards heaven like this. If you can get into setups, you don't have to continuously push both you and Lovely this direction. So like Lovely can go here, and if Nate stays right outside Mini and Sock can play outside like holding top heaven, like Jonesy, you can come back and rotate this way and come back to get ready to hit, and you guys can like push into Mini. So once
No, I know what you're saying. What you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is like when we're through garage, like there's a moment where it's like me and him, or as it felt like that. I don't felt like that for you. Like you don't necessarily want to peek heaven right away, right after we get in, because we think someone's
Yeah,
either
no.
holding us. But then it's like, okay, well, so we pause a little bit, but I don't feel like we're pausing. We're not pausing because like we're doing that because that's part of the strat. We're pausing because like we're thinking someone's about to rip our head off from like
Yeah,
heaven
like
or
the
hell.
offers, because the offer was
So-
playing there a few times, and
Alright,
But,
So,
but,
like-
I'm just
I
saying. But
think-
let's just say like an extra flash came through, and like we could eat up that time, and like one of us could start going earlier. I think it would open up stuff better.
so that's
I was gonna say like, real quick. I was gonna say like what we can do, because like to be completely honest, the thing we went over today was more step of the outside control. Like we get the garage control, and then what we can do now though, I know we did this a couple times, but we admittedly probably should have done this. Is if we take garage, there's no one in there. We then can probably assume he's either indestructible, heaven or hell. We can have like I still have like 2 flashes usually, or at least one. I can then flash over garage, and then you guys can then take more map control. Or it's also like the fork in the road here. Once we take garage, like we were saying, we don't have to commit to heaven. If we want to go back to secret, we still have enough util to safely get down. I mean,
so
like I do think like like I
this
don't know if
is
you guys want like as a thief, like I can flash over garage, and then you guys can peek the heaven guy. I don't know.
so
something like that.
this is what I'm saying though, is like you're like making a bigger problem than you have to, right? So you guys are here in garage. I'm saying get Sock down off of fucking Marsh and get him somewhere to be active. Again, Nate can flash over, it pops, and then you can swing here as a double, one swing wide, one swing close, and he swings with an op. And as long as you understand who's swinging for what, like one of you swing looking for him being lower, one of you swing for him being on the top raft or like up in heaven itself, and Sock is swinging down here for him to be lower, like on the window for Unbreakable, right? Like if that's the way you're gonna do it, you've just solved this problem of like, well, we feel like we're about to swing and someone's gonna rip our head off. Like, okay, well then incorporate some team play into this, and all it takes is like 10 seconds of you guys before a scrim talking about who should be swinging what angle, and you've already got this established. Now, what happens if, obviously this is going to happen, so you guys swing this and fucking Lovely dies and he's lower, right? He's under the ladder. Well, Jonesy can take space and try to like catch a timing on him just to get to be annoying, and everyone else can fall back to Angel and you guys can regroup and go somewhere else. If you still have the util, you can smoke this off and try to walk down secret. There's a lot of things you can do, right? But I'm just talking about you guys setting up, like once you've established garage control, there's like 4 different ways you can play this. But again, we had this conversation the last time we went over Nuke, is like you guys discussing where you're going should dictate where Angel should be pushing. So again, like if you're going heaven, my opinion is you're really not going to go anywhere towards B if you have 1 or 2 players up in heaven. So Angel should be getting ready to either come through Squeak or come through Hut to take A. And same thing with these 2 guys, is like they kind of have to get out of this area, because what if someone's reverse clearing secret? What if, you guys go up heaven and there's a weird timing where the ramp player rotated towards hell and can catch these guys. The mini guy can activate and cut. Like they have to know where they're going so they don't get sandwiched and we don't stall too long. So this is, if you're not going to have preset plays where you're going to say, listen, we're going to do the garage take into blah, 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 which again, you don't have to.
Okay, I
then
think
you
it
need
should
to
be-
start calming this as you're doing it, like where you want to go.
I think it would be like much easier to just like again. The reason I'm just saying that the feeling feels the same a little bit on Ancient when we do the mid take. Like I think if we just added in like, okay, do the garage, but then we're going A, the direction would just be a lot. You know, we can even add in if we knew that you could add in a heaven smoke like outside by that generator. Like we could, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if we could do that. But what I'm saying is like, I would feel better personally. I don't know how everyone feels if that was kind of already that was what we were trying to do. So that way, if something does fail, like okay, well, now either a call needs to come through, or you know, or we're going B or something. But like to just not know, I feel like there's just too many variables to then call it mid round. If the call doesn't come through, then it's like we're just swinging to take fights to just try to get. It feels like we're just like, okay, we're not going seek, we're not going heaven, but then we're going to wrap back to mini, and it ends up being like an A hit. But it's like, it just feels like that last second like type of play that needs to come through or something.
I don't want to overstep. It's your guys' decision on what to do. I just brought up this conversation because when I'm watching today's, like, just T side specifically, it looked good. I know it was an 8-4 and the results are there, right? But, like, my opinion from watching you guys is I think that style of Counter-Strike fits your team very well. If you're not comfortable doing it, that's fine. We can find a bunch of other ways to get you guys to get the same results. I just think that like your guys' T side today, if embraced and like done properly, could be implemented on every other map of just these. Let's take space, but like in very coordinated, quick bursts, and then see the results of that take. Did we get the space we wanted? Good. Now let's slow down. Let's kind of again corral everyone back into the same thought process of where we're gonna finish, and then do it again. Take your riflers that are your aggressive aimers, get them in a good position, let your lurk go do something, and set up Nate and Socks to kind of complementary work around the two guys taking space. Like set them up in angles to cut everything off.
If we call this garage play, right? But then like we lose Angel from some play they're doing early, right? That's not outside. Like, doesn't that just kind of force us into having at that point to just try to go B?
No.
Or what? Like?
I mean, that depends. I mean, like it's
Nothing.
It's one of those like say they lobby crunch Angel, but if you're already like close to heaven and they lobby crunch, you just have the site, or something like that. You know, like it's one of those. The one thing I will say about our T side today, like I understand we were probably like, some of you like we were probably hitting some nice shots, but I do feel it was actually pretty replicatable. And now if we just add a couple like steps to that space taking, I think it will just make it a bit easier. Like, you know, like because I do kind of agree. Like it's one of those I don't want to plant the ball 10 seconds left every round, but like you know if we're at, like you know like if we're planting the bomb with like 40 seconds like mean average throughout a game, I can live with that. The last second stuff, I kind of agree with. It is a little. I don't know. It's one of those like we've all played a lot of Counter Strike. We can all think of times where like you kill it's a 2v4. You're the 2 and you just spray through a smoke and you kill the bomb plant. And you just win the round. You know, like I feel like shit like that is way more likely to happen when going super slow. But I do like the coordinated space taking. It felt like this could be ways to beat, teams that can out aim us better if they can't shoot back if they're blind, right? Like,
now, I do want to like piggyback off that, right? This just because if you inherit this style doesn't necessarily mean that you're never going to run fast-paced plays ever again, right? It's actually kind of the opposite. Like those plays will be more effective if you lull them into, oh my god, these guys fucking wait till 25, 30, 35 seconds before they actually hit a bomb site. And then you just fucking throw a top hut molly and a back sight molly or whatever, an Asia molly, and just a bunch of fucking flashes, bunch of smokes. they're not padding their bomb sites, right? So like kind of how you guys, when Nate says like I can't hold A by myself, and our reaction is, well, fuck it, like the old setup at least, like Jonesy don't really help outside, go mini to help the site, and then like Sock was heaven and he couldn't really do anything else besides come in and molly hut and stuff. Like we padded the bomb site. They're gonna do the opposite. They're gonna pad all the fucking extremities because you're taking that all that space on this map. And then when you fucking decide to do a vent dive or a quick A hit or a fast fucking ramp hit, like they're not gonna know what the fuck to do. And so you can still, out of the 12 rounds, do that like 4.5 times, and your success rate, I'm sure, is gonna go up as long as you guys do what you're supposed to do. But I'm just getting to the point I want to know what your guys' thoughts and how you want to do it, because it changes how I critique your gameplay and like how I give input. So like if you guys don't want to do the late round stuff, then my critique is, hey, listen, you guys are doing a good job taking space, but you're taking too long to do it, so you're not allowing enough time on the clock. If your intention is to take that long and to play that way, then obviously that's not a criticism. That's just make sure you finish the rounds properly. So I just need to know like what you guys are trying to do so I know how to evaluate what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Like I think I was kind of saying, like I like the more coordinated space taking stuff. Maybe we could just do it a little quicker. And admittedly today we didn't really discuss the what to do after we got garage. It was,
Yeah, up
we
to
throw this
garage, I felt
flash.
like it felt like very. I mean, I can't say it didn't feel good. I mean, we didn't really lose anyone. Like really lost anyone. I think I died once to the op. Maybe saw me like maybe transition, but if it did feel like we got to garage, no problem. It just felt a little uncomfortable from there, knowing I don't know, knowing like to get the wheels moving. I mean, I kind of saw. I think like Lovely. I think you definitely had the right like idea. I wasn't there, which next time I'll try to be there. I just definitely
I mean,
felt like
again, I
everyone
think
else
it's just
besides you
it'll
was
be
kind of just like froze a little bit.
on the outside shit.
Yeah, like
I
once we
think it'll
got
just
the
come
garage
with reps.
control. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just come with reps. Like, and I think yeah, like having someone flash from like back red or around the wherever from just over garage to blind
But it's
like
a
the
perfect
opper.
if we like figure those exact smokes out, it's a perfect time to like actually figure out like the proper A hit, which I think we do a lot of emphasis on like the top hut molly, I don't know the silo molly, but like we may have to like get people in the lobby, like below the door, throw the molly, throw the smoke on top of the molly, throw the flash Asia, and like more people path squeaky than hut. Because I feel like we do 3 hut and we just get mowed, you know. But I think if the squeaky guys come out first, like you could tie that into like that same play, like that play you fake those same smokes. Even maybe Lovely goes outside. You know what I mean?
And we could also try.
You just do an A hit, you know, or something.
I mean, we could try. We could also like dry run. Stacking more towards hut, and then also trying going out a door as well, just so that, and then just kind of decide after dry running and after maybe trying both in a scrim, we can discuss as a team like which we prefer, and then we'll stick with whichever one we prefer, and then we'll have it like the other one in the back pocket just so that we can switch it up on change it up on a team to
I would
catch them
say
off guard or
CT
something.
side, like sucks if you feel like it's gonna take you longer to feel a little bit comfortable outside. I mean, I don't want to base how I played inner that specific time because normally I do play inner on like every other team I've been on. So it's, I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't mind switching back to outside with him, you know, just for the fact that if we play tomorrow, you know, it's not a big deal.
Well, I think I mean, you're still going, like, you're still mainly towards mini if the op isn't going outside. So, like, if he's going ramp or if he's going heaven, like, you can still flirt towards mini, and then I'll either go down secret or I'll go unbreakable or I'll go garage.
Okay.
So it's only if it's only if because we don't want to like what we don't want to do is stack, the op, me and you towards that side, like have you and mini op back credit me in garage, just because it's like, I mean, I guess theoretically we could if we really wanted to, but like, I would say yeah, it's more just when the op floats towards outside, then you're staying on A with Nate.
So real quick, just to kind of put a bow on T side. Anybody have anything else they want to talk about for T side? Because I do want to talk about CT side stuff here in a second.
Nah,
I
I'm
think
good.
I think on the T, the only thing I could say is maybe on the pistol when we go ramp. I don't know. I don't think we're flashing ramp like at all. Like I don't even think like
Yeah, we're
we're
not.
just
Nah,
we probably.
it is a dry contact because like
Oh, okay.
because they like the thought process behind it, at least on that version of the pistol, is Angel's faking A, and we're going out as he's throwing the nades A, so trying to like catch a guy like either pushing us lobby to get a quick flank, who's trying to flank us quick, or we're trying to get him like repositioning to go to hell. And yeah, I mean sometimes it's one of those like it's a more basic pistol compared to the one they ran against. I can see so many ways that goes wrong what they did. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the big thing's always been for the longest time is you'd have like sometimes three holding ramp, and then there'd be two on A, and then teams will play retake A. So they just give A completely, and then they just even we used to do that on our old team. Like we would just give A, and then we would flash back into it basically. So like I think way for CT's sides typically play like that. So like you might get a lot of times you're running ramp. It's not a fake. Like you might have somebody there either boosted or with dualies. So a lot of teams, you try to fake the A, but like it needs to be a little bit more like I don't know if Angel can fake an A by himself. Like
Also, I
might
was
need
gonna
a.
say, if it's supposed to be a contact, I notice like pretty much every time we end up we get to the door and then we kind of start running. So would you want it to be like an actual contact where we just like peek and then like, okay, we're good, walk out everybody, and then everyone walks out, and then if there's a guy close we trade or whatever? Or are we trying to just like burst out of ramp and trying to take that space?
See, in my mind, it should be like the peek. What the problem is like I feel like we peek. We see the guy, they see us, and then we just like freeze. Where it's like when we're, like when we clearly both see each other, that's when we
Yeah,
have
you
to.
need to go
It
out.
snaps. We have to just W key, and like I feel like, admittedly, this is more a thing last season. Do that, we'd see the guy, and then we just fucking pause, and then a guy like the third guy, I'd have to like run past everybody and like start it.
It wouldn't even be bad to go ramp, like shoot a little bit, like pause, then have Angel sell A, and then go back ramp. So it's almost like you
I
might
actually,
catch that
actually,
guy
I like that because that could be like a double fake almost.
because
Actually,
you
yeah,
might catch the guy with dualies like not in a corner, but like coming at you head on, like trying to flank A. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Which
I
would
actually do like that because like that could like I'm just thinking from our POV, like if I'm the A guy, then Angel would probably come. Oh,
didn't
they're
we
not
do
actually
something like that?
pushing.
Or maybe that was Houdini's team. We did something like that.
Nah, I don't think we. Yeah, maybe we did that in the pug by accident last night, but
Like the timing for A is what I'm trying to say is like, I know we're not doing it because we're not. There's just no way we're like to the point where it's like the proper A hit, but like the proper A hit's like you have to go dry run it because it's like somebody has to open the fucking door squeaky, and then like everything gets thrown in like a second, and then everyone's out. The molly hits at the same time. It's just a tremendous amount of utility all at the same time on A. And there's not much they can do. Like they're blind. There's I think if we don't practice that part, like the A hit, that can happen 30 seconds into the round. Whenever it doesn't have to happen right away. But I think you do have to like get in the positions to be ready to throw like a proper upper hit. I don't know. I have to go back and look at what our upper hit looks like to see if it's like couple times we went, I feel like we just kind of tried to like steamroll it out hut, but like it feels like every time either the guys weren't blind or I don't know, they're just shooting us in the face. It's really
I
strange.
I think we only really did it once
You
today,
did it
and the one time
once
we
and
did
it
it,
worked.
they were
Yeah.
blind as fuck today, man. Because I went out, I pathed like the normal pathing. I'll admit I went like half a second too early, so I kind of half blinded myself. But like the guy Rafters was so blind, at least on me. I was able to get the way out to like the reverse side
Yeah, we
of
did go one
Silo,
time.
and I had
So,
like 2 free kills.
I know it feels some sort of way for you, Jonesy, because you died first, but like Nate got all the way to here. Like he came out hut and was all the way like on the other side of A site, and Lovely came out and I think either Nate got 2 and Lovely got 1 or vice versa. But like
I think I
I-
killed like the opera
Lovely,
in
do you have
heaven, or
right, like I know
Like,
you.
pull up the 2D on refrag because like I'm pretty sure like
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
the
but I
whole
don't.
way across.
What, did we have mini smoke? I don't think mini was smoke.
it was
Yes.
it was a bad
was?
smoke though. It
and
was
I think Angel kind of missed through it. Yeah.
it was like way too in front. Unless it was
Yeah,
it was
I like
definitely our
instantly
smoke. It was
the guy that
T
was
smoke.
just
I'd
normal
imagine it was
rafters,
mine.
which is okay. Like I don't give a shit about that. I'm just saying other times it felt like on nuke when we hit. You know, I understand that one work. Just other times it felt like we die hut and then 2 other people die. Like you guys
No,
actually were able to get out.
I
That
do
time,
agree
which
with
was
you. Like
nice.
we probably should test out like or it's one of those we
I
keep
don't think
this
it's
one
the
and then we just have
utilities.
a door. You know,
I don't think the
'cause
utility is wrong. I don't even think if we're not going to hit that quick, I don't even think
Do
you
you
need
remember
to
what
have
round it
socks.
was?
You don't need to have socks run up early and Molly top hut until we're going to hit it.
I
'Cause
want to
that's
say
almost
it
a
was
waste of a
relatively
Molly.
early.
oh no, he doesn't molly top. That's me.
Who Molly's top hut like every round, like even when we don't even hit it.
Well, the reason we're doing it every like normally is because it's a pain. A, it's a pain in the ass for them, and B, Angel throws that lurk smoke, so like he gets down for free. The only that's why I throw the top hut molly early on that execute was today because like it was they're already preconditioned that like hey this molly's gonna come in, this doesn't mean
I'm just looking at it from like if he's going to be opping, like that just seems like a really doesn't that kind of like waste time he can be getting like marshmallow to just get a quick pick or I don't know, like just seems like
normally on that quick well when he can throw like the molly he throws he can throw running to
while
marshmallow.
running. Okay.
It doesn't slow him down at all.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like half a second, but it's a really quick molly. Like it's not like the one
Yeah.
where you're on top of side. But like there's a you can throw it. It's pretty
He
easy.
does like the
you
running one from the ladder or whatever.
Yeah, like you just go up the ladder, you pre-aim while on, just throw, then you keep running. As long as we break the windows, which we do.
Because all I'm saying, like when we went on in past seasons, it doesn't matter on this team, but I'm just saying we used to just take hut, right? Someone would hold a ramp, right, and then there would be one guy close squeaky door, like so you wouldn't blow squeaky doors. Squeaky door would just be stay closed, and then a dude would open the door. That's the cue for like people that are further back to basically release their utility. And then so minis everything gets bombed, and then the hut guys are releasing at the same time. Then they're dropping down ladder coming through hut. So it's like a really late hut, so you have to win it through. You have to basically win it through squeaky, which is easily doable because they're blind
I
as
was just
fuck.
looking at the 2D real quick, and it looks like
What does it look?
You just
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
pull it up on your end. Yeah.
yeah,
We can look at that real quick.
because
I'm not
I
like
think
I'm not trying to be hip like super critical. I'm just saying it. Just stuff I noticed like on I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe I think that another time I think I went too fast and the guy just mowed me down one time. in
so
hut.
fucking yeah. Okay, so you guys go, you throw the outside smokes, and then
Because like my
one thing I was
molly
gonna
comes
ask,
way before, which I mean,
because one thing I was gonna say is like, is there a way that we can like try to exec while this molly is like obviously like not now, but like once it's about to be gone, like right about here, because we're already down, like we're down, like because you come down here, right, boom, and you're here, and it's still up for like almost 3 seconds. This top hot molly is still up for like around 3 seconds. If we were to start like the second you come down, if that's the cue, like you're just going. I mean, guess we got mollied actually. Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah, he molly. I think like his reaction or
He
their
mollied
reaction. I think their reaction to Molly a little bit that further back was. Is this early? Is this early on or like way in? This is way in. I don't
So
know.
you got killed. It's because the let's see, because the flash, boom. So he's blind here, and then he probably wasn't blind all the way. It probably faded off a little bit, and then he. Oops. What round is this? 11. Cause yeah, he fucking. So Molly, yeah, and this smoke missed. This smoke ends up going here. It's because they smoked this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just we're so late with the. Well, there's a flash. Okay, one game through.
So you got blinded. You just got picked from the upper, I guess.
I guess. See, like that guy, like was a. Even though he went for that, I mean that's a retarded play to go for. Like he got a one. Like we got a 2 for 1.
That's what I'm
out of
saying.
that.
Like if you go back and look at that,
then-
if he doesn't blow the door and smoke and he plays like a normal person, he's on the right side of Asia looking at you guys coming out HUD.
I would have had
Like-
this guy, by the way, and Nate did like 1 damage to him and killed him. Right here.
Yeah, I just shot.
H is Molly
and
this.
then
What are
we
you
wrapped
talking
this guy.
about?
No. I'm saying if you go back, like he blew squeaky door at some point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
So he
And then
runs
he
up and throws the nade right here.
I'm just saying if
Boom.
that guy just plays like doesn't try to go in at the same time you guys are going out HUD, I think he's going to be fighting you guys swinging. But I don't think it would have been as clean as it was. Like it looked like it was, but really it was 2v3 with a guy falling off it was you're trading one guy on site.
Well, I mean,
No,
the way
there's
I see it,
two.
There's pros and cons. I was gonna say there's pros and cons to both. Like to going out of fucking. In this case, like there's a smoke here. If we all went out, what if this guy just multi-frags us? Like there's a lot of, like there could be a guy here, there could be a guy here, and they could both double swing and kill us. Whatever, right? So there's pros and cons to both. I think we should dry run both of them to where we have the main pack going out of the fucking door.
Yeah,
and
because
then
really
just try 'em out in
different.
scrims.
That's two different. If you practice two versions of it,
Right,
that's like
and then
two
you
different things
like
you
I was
do.
saying earlier,
Real
like we
quick,
have
Lovely,
to.
Can you rewind a little? Where the fuck did that? Because I don't think Angel blew the door open immediately. Where the like isn't that his right there? Like how the fuck that smoke get there?
They nated
did
it.
we blow
That's
the door?
no, that's Splice
he
guy
tried
that's
to do it.
outside right now blows it. Pretty sure. No, he doesn't. Somebody does because it's blown.
It's Toast. Toast does it.
No, he just opened it. He just fucking opened it.
Oh wow.
Oh, he opened it.
Yeah, see.
Ah, what a fucking psychopath.
I would say because I know Angel doesn't because Angel
No.
tries to blow the smoke that's in front of him with his own HE. So I know that Angel didn't blow the door.
Yeah, no. And then now I think a nade comes in or whatever, but I don't know. But I think like I was saying, we should try both.
Like look at that.
Because I can see how
like-
both would be pretty good. Like both would work, and whichever works, more for us, we can start trying just mainly doing that one, and then just like mixing it up. If once we like kind of find out where they're playing,
I think
how they're playing.
the pathing for the first two guys going out squeaky is almost. You almost have to just. It sounds fucking crazy, but you have to just give your back to Mini, because like. When you do it through HUT, the third guy out needs to be the one holding, like on the wall, holding for like a mini swing in from the mini guy.
You're lovely. I'm just curious, real quick. You want to just go to a couple rounds? Let's play the first few seconds. You can go quick. I'm just curious. I just want to see if us mauling top HUD actually affected them playing, like not going there a lot.
The fuck.
You're gonna have to skip forward a bit. I mean, they still could.
So I think we're getting a little into the weeds on a singular
You want me to keep
execute
going to see if it.
from
just skip
singular
rounds,
scrim,
see if
but-
they're just not gonna go at the beginning, or like not even try going the next thing.
again, I'm letting them do their own
He does,
analysis,
this guy.
let them
Juicy.
talk about the game, but
They're
That
on
guy
pick.
was
I think we're getting a
fucking
little in the weeds right
Knife
now.
out.
I think that dude went HUD.
Did he?
Yeah. Cause I think he kills Angel. Or no, this might be the round Angel got down. There was one round one of us got. Like he was like.
I thought. Yeah, because it looks like he's on top. Because he crosses over. with his knife out over the top, and then he, because the door is right here, the door, and he's
Okay.
going right here. Yeah. So can he play, bitch? So I'm pretty sure, or I don't know, man. To be honest, actually, you know what? The door isn't right there. I don't know why they have this drawn, this little step, but this is like those little steps when you walk out.
Okay.
That
yeah,
is,
yeah.
so that is the door right there. But he does jump up here. I remember this because we heard him do it and we called it out. Bro. But I mean, I'm sure it did. Like, are you trying to look for if they jumped up there and then it pushed them off?
Yeah, more like just like at the beginning of rounds and they have guns. I don't think they're just gonna have a guy going top HUD because I think that's why Angel down Ven.
Yeah, true. He did get down a few times, good amount of times. I mean,
I still
I'm
think
sure
we're
it did
getting a
at some
little,
point, and I mean for future teams, it for sure will.
because
I
this is
think it's definitely something we should be. Yeah, we just.
so part of their problem on this analysis is we're taking one scrim instead of a handful of scrims. I mean, they just changed up the way they're playing CT side, and we're like, kind of. I think we're a little over analyzing our executes and stuff that we don't have a lot of data on. We don't know. I mean, even in the couple of nuke scrims we've done before today, we really don't run the A execute a lot. We've run it maybe a handful of times, like maybe 5 at the most. So I kind of wish we wouldn't harp on it as much, but we'll see.
Do that. I get that's what we were doing the outside, but like if he has the spawn to go outside and like jump on blue boxes and look and like get a pick, like you know what I'm saying? Like he should try that shit, you know, or even someone blowing the door from Squeaky, and he's just holding lobby to Squeaky like mini, like waiting for
Bro,
someone.
why are they throwing this smoke? This guy. What the fuck is this?
I don't disagree with like why you're trying to do it. I'm just saying it really limits him to
Like,
just
what the hell?
being top marshmallow a
Yeah.
lot. Which you know, beginning of the round,
Keeps
you
pausing.
know, all you can see is the. I mean, what can you really see from up there? Like with all of our smokes up, like not much really.
It's more to see if they get to red. I mean, admittedly, like I said, today was more just working on the default. I think like once we get more used to this, and like say Sox gets a good spawn, and he's like, hey, I'm just gonna do this instead. Like, hey, like boost me here instead. I mean, then we'll just boost him. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like today was just a lot of just getting reps in, doing the really basic shit, which I think on the T side for them.
Do we want to play that?
All right.
Are we gonna push to play that tomorrow? I mean, do we feel confident enough to
Well,
put it
it's
in?
gonna be Nuke or Inferno, and I'd honestly bet it's probably gonna be Inferno because that's what the guy D. So
Well, what's the
I
counter?
gotta
Like
go.
if we pick,
I'll see you tomorrow.
all right,
all
sounds
right,
good.
so
So good night, man.
I mean, if you can't, I guess we really can't gamble not picking in those two
Well,
because
here's the thing though. Their
we'll just stick it up our butt.
Angel copy and pasted their thing in the. If you scroll up a little in first team chat, like from last season, their bans. I'm gonna check this season's real quick, just if they're consistent. Like what their permas are. Let me just check that real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so they do. So they're gonna ban Ancient and they're gonna ban Overpass against us. So they're bans. They banned Ancient twice. Like 2 times they banned Ancient first. 1 time they banned Anubis first. Just looking, the 2 maps they don't want to play. Anubis and Ancient. And then third ban was twice Overpass, 1 Dust. They've played 1 Nuke and 1 Inferno. Not really. Okay, that's a little fuck there. There should be a third map, even if they get a forfeit now. I guess not. I forget how this website works. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's either gonna. This is just gonna be a nuker tomorrow, I think, because they'll ban Ancient Anubis and probably Overpass, and I'll probably ban Mirage, Dust, and
What a great use of your 1,000
that
channel
makes
points, Woodsy.
Alright, well, we'd rather play Inferno or Nuke. I guess that's what it comes down to, because I think what
Oh
I
my
just said in
god.
my head.
Dude. I don't know how much longer I can sit here. I'm fucking falling asleep. Woodsy brother, I don't know if I'm playing tonight. I'm like falling asleep sitting here fucking talking about nuke and shit. Yeah, dude, I'm falling asleep myself. So, I don't know if I'm playing tonight. I'll definitely be on tomorrow though. They have a match tomorrow, so as soon as it's over, I can pug with you if you want. If you're gonna be on. Did you play tonight with Vex or Spawned?
Yeah, if we were to throw in a ban, like if
They're still talking about bans. I don't really care about what map they pick. That ain't none of my business. Are you still sitting in fucking VC by yourself? No, you're not.
A lot of the because they also don't want to play Dust, and we really don't want to play Dust.
Alright, if I can get a break in here, I'm going to tell them that I'm going to dip. I'm going to go look at Rio matches for the day and then get off stream, go to bed.
How do we
gotta
figure
tell
that out? You have playoff. How did you figure out
Yo.
who bans?
Left hand, when you go to the Faceit match page, whoever's on the left gets to pick who is team A, team B.
Oh, that's us. Cool.
So then, yeah, you
Okay.
guys decide who picks or who does the ban first. But I'm going to bounce, boys. I'll be on tomorrow for the match.
Alright.
Alright, see you guys.
Sick,
Alright. Let me close Counter-Strike. Let me open HLTV. I'm going to look at this and then I'm going to bounce. Go to bed. Get some good sleep for the match tomorrow. Me and all my endless coaching. Alright. This and this. I think that's it. Oh, no. I saw this today. And I think that's it. All right, sorry. Here's the browser. All right, so we can talk about Rio here in a second. So obviously the news for the day, at least the biggest news, was Stown signing with NIP as the primary opper, which makes 0 sense. He has always been a rifler, and he replaces Wrinkle as the opper. So we'll see. So obviously NIP have announced the signing of Stown as their new primary opper, replacing Wrinkle in the starting lineup. The versatile Dane, who previously operated as a hybrid or secondary opper, has spent 8 months out of action after standing down from Astralis in order to work through some personal issues that have troubled him since the loss of his brother in 21. So he's now got that wish with Nip as he reunites with Shush and Exist from his most successful project when he was on Heroic. Stown's familiar with Snappy as well. They played pre-COVID on Heroic. So their roster is Snappy, Shush, Kapersky, Karn, and Stown with Exist as the coach, and then Wrinkle and Ujerk as their bench players, which we'll see how it goes. I mean, Nip was making some sort of progress in the major push with all these like tier 2 events and stuff. They looked okay. We'll see. I don't think it's a bad pickup. I just think that it's a little bit of a weird pickup. If he wants the primary op, that's on him. I mean, obviously on rounds he doesn't have the op. He's if he comes back in good form, obviously he took 8 months off, but he's definitely an incredible rifler, so that's good. I had that up twice, sorry. We kind of talked about these guys, I believe, yesterday when we talked about this, but they obviously made a roster change here, so they wildcard signs 60. He replaces Peeping, which is who we talked about yesterday, who was benched. So they bench Peeping, they bring on 60, and he was benched last week from that Marsborn team. So now the wild card roster is MHL, Rec, Hext, 60, and Namana, which I like 60 as a player. I still need to see something out of this team because I think they're like middle of the pack tier 2 team for NA, which is saying a lot because NA doesn't have a whole lot of tier 1 teams. So if honestly, arguably, if any. So we'll see how they go. I don't have high hopes for that team, but obviously it'd be nice to see another NA team come through. And then Gaming Gladiators to play Cologne with Fur. Hasn't played in 3 years, which is kind of crazy. So, Brazilian side, Gaming Gladiators are set to employ Fur for their upcoming IEM Cologne major campaign, according to a report from dust2.com.brazil. They stated that Fur, who has been registered as a substitute on their roster, would be taking the place of Phelps. Phelps, being a member of the 5-man unit at the time of the invitation deadline, would still receive stickers despite not participating in the major itself. And then Dust2.com further clarified that the move appears to be at the organization's behest, which means the players are not involved, which is kind of crazy. This move would mark Fur's return to any serious competition after 3.5 years away from actively competing. The 34-year-old Rifles' last official was in 2024, competing with Oplano in the Copenhagen Major RMR qualifiers. So that's interesting that you would make that move with 2 months before the major. But their roster right now is Joda, Nikis, Henny, Lucan, and Fur. So, I mean, good for them, I guess. I didn't expect them to do much of the major anyway. I would be shocked if they get out of the stage 1 matches, but this definitely throws a wrench into things. I don't know what would possess the org themselves to make this decision, but actually, I'm gonna take down that screen for a second and just give me 1 second. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It was already kind of an interesting squad anyway that we saw Henny and Phelps coming back to a major. You basically just swapped out the shock of having Phelps there for the shock of having Fur there. So it's still kind of like a what year is this kind of situation, but good for them, I guess. I mean, Fur's not getting a sticker, which kind of sucks, but it's also cool for Phelps that he's getting his sticker. And the stuff that we actually care about, Vitality lost today. So we can throw a giant party that maybe Vitality's era is over. Not really, but it was actually a really good match. So we'll get into that one here in a second. So We can open match page, look at Spirit G2, look at Furia Mouse, and whoops, look at Aurora Navi. Whoops. There. Okay. So we'll kind of do this in order. So I know other games took place today. I know Spirit played Red Candids. I know the G2 played 3D Max. All fine matches to talk about. I know like Navi versus Hotu and Aurora versus Bait. We're going to skip all through those. The only noticeable thing is that Red Candids won a map off Spirit, but we really don't care about that. We're more so looking at the results from the actual like finals, the upper and lower finals. So we'll start with Vitality and Falcons, which actually was a crazy series when you think about it. Whoops. Yes. No. Wrong thing. Sorry. There. And wait. No. Sorry. That. And then Nuke. All right. So actually, what am I forget how to operate HLTV, I guess sometimes. I think I'm a little too tired. So start with Mirage Map 1. So this was just the epitome of whose CT side is better and who could squeak out T rounds. And it ultimately came down to Falcons, who had a pretty lackluster T side. I really thought that was going to be the downfall of this team. I thought that, again, if I could gamble, I would have said that Vitality would have squeaked out a couple of T rounds to win the game, but they won pistol in the conversion, and that was it. So Falcons win pistol in their conversion. Round 3, they actually, so this was more of a force buy. They had like, Galils and a scout and things like that. And Falcons convert. And so, FAMASs and like MP9s and stuff. Sorry, in reference to Vitality. And Falcons win. Then Falcons go into this more of a save than anything. I mean, they had Deagles and stuff, but Vitality somehow wins this, which is crazy. I believe it was a ROPS 1v1 that wins this over Nico. But then full gun v gun round, Falcons win up 3-1. And then it's just a string of close rounds, failed clutches, putting themselves in bad situations to start the rounds, and so they lose a player early and then they can't recover, or they get into these odd man 3v2 situations where Vitality has the man advantage and Falcons put together a respectable round and then just couldn't close it out. There's a couple of rounds kicks in on one of these, I think it's this defusal round. It's a 3v2 man advantage for Vitality. And it's Monacy and Kixon, and Monacy dies, so it's a 3v1, and Kixon gets it down to a 1v1 where he almost gets a double deeg on whoever it was and Zywoo. He kills the first guy and then immediately hits the second shot on Zywoo, and he's just misses the headshot. Those types of rounds, right? Or it was a closer, the rounds were close, but they just all fell Vitality's way. They eventually squeak out a fourth round, but an 8-4 half. So they're down 8-4. Vitality wins pistol and the conversion. So they're down 10-4. I kind of figured the map was over at this point because this is where I thought Vitality is going to squeak out 3 rounds. I know that Falcons are typically a pretty good CT side team on Mirage, but I kind of thought that this was Vitality was going to hit that second gear, and I didn't think they were going to roll them, but I thought that they were going to eventually win 13-10, maybe in favor of Vitality. Because obviously you have 10-4, so you have a couple rounds to play with. I thought they would have finished a 13-9, 13-10 in favor of them. They obviously don't. It really was. I don't want to say it was a blowout. I still think that there were a lot of competitive rounds, but honestly, man, Monacy played really well on CT side. Kiyosuka actually played really well. So if we get into the stats here on T side, Kiyosuka has 7 kills and he gets 16 just on their CT side. Like he played really well. Kicks in as well, finishes with 7 kills on T side and has 12 just on T side, CT side. So Kixon actually had a lot of huge plays on Faceit that just single-handedly won them rounds or single-handedly stole a lot of momentum and a lot of map pressure Vitality was trying to get on the map. And Kiyosuka through like mid cat-ish really just they won this game on their individual skill on the CT side. They really just shut down Vitality. And again, I don't want to say it wasn't competitive, but they definitely flexed their muscles, and this is what kind of made me think this was going to be a relatively interesting series. And then we go to Dust 2 and they get absolutely shit stomped, and it really wasn't that close. So Falcons put up a competitive first half, which, again, my opinion of the Falcons has always been, with this specific iteration of the roster, that their CT side is always more lethal than their T side. And their T side, to me, has always, at least from the naked eye, just watching the games, has always seemed like it depends on whether or not their individual players are playing really well, and if the other team isn't having a pop-off moment, like, having guys go crazy. And this was just, they looked bad on their T side of Dust 2. It just wasn't competitive. It looked like they were very uncomfortable. But again, they won their map pick, so they picked Mirage. Vitality picked Dust 2. And again, it just really wasn't close. Everyone puts up a really shit rating. This is one of those games that I've been kind of talking about for the last month or so of Nico. So if we go to the Mirage game again, Nico doesn't have a great game, but he has an okay game. He goes 13-15, 60.6 ADR, 0.9 rating with a negative swing percentage. Not great, not terrible, right? Not Nico standard of what you expect out of a player of Nico's caliber. You go to Dust 2, this is a stinker, right? He puts up an okay and average game, and that's fine because Kixon steps up on Mirage, Monacy's been playing really well, and Kiyosuka steps up on CT side, and they win the map. No harm, no foul. No one particularly plays well on Falcons here, but Nico played particularly poorly on this Dust 2. And this has kind of been my complaint, is that Nico really is, I don't know if it's this roster iteration or if he's taking more of a back seat because of Kiyosuka and Monacy or what it is, but he has been so inconsistent that you, for the first time, at least from a spectator perspective, it feels like you don't know what Nico you're going to get on any given day. Hell, even sometimes any given map. Like, he can have a really great map and then just immediately drop a complete shitter of a map in the same series. And Nico has, for 95% of his career, been a very consistent, you know what you're going to get out of Nico. Obviously, every single player that has ever played professional Counter-Strike has bad maps. We can't expect even Donk, Zywoo, Prime Simple, it doesn't matter who, they're going to put up stinker maps. It happens. But Nico is at that point where, like, it used to be the typical star player, like typical top rifler in the world type of bad performances out of Nico in the past, where it's like maybe once or twice a tournament he's going to put up a bad map. Maybe. Now it's turned into, it's like, I don't want to say 50-50, but like 60-40. Like 60% of the maps he's going to put up average or above numbers, and then 40% of the time he's putting up these types of maps. And it's just, it's frustrating. And that's the one thing that I hope with the Kerrigan roster, that maybe he can do something to like reactivate Nico again. I know he's getting older, but he's not old. He's not out of his prime. He's still a good rifler. So I don't know what it is. So we'll move on to Nuke. And Nuke is frustrating as shit if you're a Falcons fan. So it's a split 9-3, 9-3. And what's frustrating about it is, again, I understand that it's Nuke, and Nuke has a reputation with its history to be historically CT-sided, but it's no map in this game is overly sided. So when you go up 9 as a tier 1 trying to compete for trophies, tier 1 Counter-Strike team, it's frustrating to watch the Falcons operate where they go up 9-3 on their CT side, starting of Nuke, and they can't close out a game in regulation. Now, obviously, you tip your hat to Vitality for also going 9-3 on their CT side to push it to OT. But it's very frustrating when you have a player putting up the numbers and the stats that Monacy's putting up, and then you finally get that Nico performance that you want, where he puts up 25 kills, where he puts up, he puts up 10. Oh my goodness, I have the hiccups. He puts up 10 kills on T side. Now, obviously, you play the full 24 rounds of regulation. So that means he played 12 rounds of both T and CT just in regulation. But it went to a full 6 rounds of OT. So you played an entire 15 rounds on each half, respectively. So when you're playing 15 rounds and you only put up the 10 kills, it's a little frustrating. And then you look at it and you see that he puts up 15 on CT side, and you could look at his rating differential. Puts up a 1.11. That's fine, but his swing percentage is really low. Look at the CT side, he puts up a 3, almost a 4%+ swing and a almost 1.6 rating. He's playing significantly better. His ADR is significantly higher on CT side. And yes, I get it. You won 9 CT rounds in regulation versus only winning 3 on T side. Yes, that affects your stats. I understand that. But they started on the CT side. So these are the numbers he's putting up on his CT side. And then you just immediately flip sides, and it's like he just falls off. I don't want to say falls off a cliff, but doesn't play as well in the second half. So I think this is one of those matches where you kind of tip your hat to Vitality for pushing it to OT, but watching it, there were several moments watching this that I wish the Falcons could clutch up and like finish rounds off. So for me specifically, it's like pistol round. Like you need to close out the pistol round here, especially being up 9-3. If you feel like you can't close out on the T side and you feel like your T side struggling, I wish, like, you didn't win a single clutch either. So like if you look at the clutches won, like 3 for Vitality, none for you. I just wish some of these early rounds, when you're still kind of in these like 50-50s, I wish they could have just pulled out some of those. The game would have been so different, and it would have felt like even better of a win than this one already probably does feel for them. Because I feel like, obviously I can't speak for them, and I don't know their mentality of their team, but this feels like could have gone either way. You kind of snuck out with a win versus if you would have closed this out in regulation on Nuke, 13-8 or something. You feel a lot more confident. We beat them on our map pick 13-10, and then the decider of Nuke, we beat them 13-8 or something. You walk away feeling a little more confident in that win over Vitality than we almost choked a 9-3 half. But at the end of the day, they did it. So G2 takes away Vitality's map win streak, and Falcons takes away their match streak. And so we'll take a look at a second through the bracket of what playoffs looks like. But we'll move on to the next. This is one of the lower finals. This was Spirit versus G2. So this is a let me go back. and do... Here we go. So this is G2's map pick of Mirage and Spirit's map pick of Dust 2. Obviously, Overpass was the leftover, but we didn't get to that. So this was actually, I didn't get to watch all of this. I got to watch map 1. So I don't know how map 2 went or how it looked from a spectator perspective or how it looked actually watching the game. But this was a really good start for Spirit. I think that they looked really like they're getting to a better place. I understand they're playing G2 with a stand-in. I understand they just lost a map against Red Candids. I almost said Gaming Gladiators because we were just talking about them. But they did lose a map against Red Candids. It is what it is. They looked a little shaky yesterday when they played Falcons. But I don't think they're quite yet there at the form of competing for trophies. I don't want to stretch that far, but I do think that they're looking a little better this tournament than they have in the previous few. So they obviously win the G2 map pick 13-7. So Sampaio plays well, which is good. No one else on G2 really looked in this game at all. And this was Tanier really just popped off this game. I mean, that's really all it was. It felt like he was more impactful than Donk. And it was just a really good sign. You just kind of hope, I know you're not going to get this level of performance. You're not going to get the 22 kills, 120 ADR type performance very often, if ever again. Okay, you're probably going to get it eventually, but you get what I'm saying. It's not consistent. This isn't going to happen every single game. You can't rely on this. But when I watched this, I was kind of hoping that, again, my theory on Spirit has always been Donk will be consistently good. Shiro will be consistently good. You just need one of the other three to start finding some consistency. When I was watching this game, the only thing I can keep thinking of is, God, if Tanier could just bottle even a fraction of this performance and just look like this more often, I think Spirit would find more consistent results against some of the top teams. We know that's not going to happen. We know that this isn't going to be a regular performance at a Tanier, and I don't expect it to be. That's a lot to ask of anybody, let alone, your third best player. But it's so frustrating because I feel like the Spirit roster could work. It's just on paper it could be fine, but it's just not. Something's not clicking with them as individuals. But yeah. Not much to say. They just completely outclassed G2. Dust 2, obviously a little closer. But again, this is where I get at like these inconsistencies that are just a little frustrating for this team. Donk doesn't play well. Zontix is the bottom again. Tanier has a good game. Shiro and Magix have really good games. Magic has, I don't think it's his best game, but I would say it's a top 3 game individually this map since he's been back on this roster. He looked good. For me, again, every time I look at Spirit scoreboards, it's literally gambling on what order they're going to come in, because Donk doesn't look good this map, which historically on Dust 2, I don't know if the stats back this up, but every time I watch Spirit on Dust 2 with the old roster with Chopper calling, Donk seemed to thrive in the open space and the aim dually, like puggy style that they would run on Dust 2. He just didn't seem to have like any sort of vintage Donk, or I shouldn't say vintage because whatever, it's Donk, but any of those classic Donk moments where it's like he just takes over, parts of a half, like 3, 4, 5 round stretches where it's like Donk's just CT side shutting down parts of the map or T side taking a lot of space. I'm not even saying they result in like round wins, because they didn't a lot of the times. They would still somehow lose rounds, but you would watch the round and be like, God damn, Donk is just trying to do it all. He's trying to will his team to the win. And like, the last couple times I've seen them on Dust too, it's just you don't get that like punch from Donk. And I don't know if that's just the way that they're structuring their T side now, or if that's, just a performance slump on this map out of him. I don't know. Part of me would like to put some of the blame on like the way they're playing the map, but obviously I don't know exactly what they're calling or what's changed on the back end. So, but Spirit make it through. That's good for them. I like to see them in playoffs. I want to see them against some of these better teams, see if they can maybe make it to semis and get a revenge game against Falcons. But again, we'll talk about that here in about 5 minutes. So the Furia Mal's match will open, and I will do Aurora Navi next. So Furia Mal's not particularly close. This is an upper bracket match. This was just for seeding, so I do read into these. There still are results. They are still good results, but with the seeding matches where like a team is already qualified for playoffs, I know there is still an important match. I'm not saying Mal's wasn't trying here, but I don't weigh them as heavily, maybe like 90% weight versus like the Navi Aurora where the loser goes home and the winner goes to playoffs, or the Spirit G2 match. Both teams are clearly playing 100%. I want to see if this is a consistent result, and we'll get to that in a second. So the first pick of Mirage is Mal's pick, and then Furia picked us too with Nuke as a decider. We obviously didn't go there, but so map 1, Mirage, not even close. 13-5. Aurora. Sorry, I was looking at my taskbar up here, or my tabs. Furia start CT side, they go up 8-4, and then they just dominate on T side as well. They only played 6 rounds. They lost pistol, and they won the rest of the half. So looked really good out of them. So again, Molodoy getting back to a better performance. Didn't have a crazy game, right? But Yakinder had a couple of moments, but to me, it was really Molodoy showing back up, playing really, really well. And Caserado doing typical Caserado stuff on this roster. And Mal's kind of just looked lost. I'm not going to lie. This was kind of a tough watch. I didn't get to watch map 2. I was kind of jumping around and, didn't get to see map 2. I kind of didn't want to watch map 2 because this map really just turned me off from this series. I just kind of thought they were going to get stomped on map 2 again. It was a little bit closer, but we'll get to that in a second. Again, my key thing for Furia is always your big 3. Molodoy, Caserado, Yakinder. 2 of them at all times have to be playing well. To me, the biggest X factor will always be Yakinder. If he has a great game, they'll typically win. It's good to see Molodoy back, keep putting up good numbers. Furia looks good this tournament. I would like to, I'm not a huge Furia fan, but I would love to see Furia get a win in Brazil in front of the home fans. I think Brazilian Counter-Strike is obviously, my opinion, most passionate fan base in all of Counter-Strike. I'd love to see Furia win this tournament. I'd love to see them beat Vitality in grand finals, to be honest. I think that'd be a huge storyline. I think it'd be a crazy, it might pull comparable numbers to like a major in viewership if that were to happen. Actually, I don't even know. Is that even a plausible? No, it's not. Never mind. Well, they'd still be playing in semis, so that would still be. I think that if Vitality beats Navi, which they probably should, that's going to go crazy for viewership. It's unfortunate it can't be grand finals, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. So anyway, Dust 2, again, same thing I've been saying. Was the X factor for Furia? Yakinder, he has a good game. Molodoy continuously puts up good numbers, and Brolin has a good game, and everyone else on Mal's kind of just disappeared. Spinks had 15 kills. Torji had 13 kills. Swing all negative, rating all negative. They just didn't look like they did the rest of the weekend. So again, Mal starts T side, Mal starts CT side. My apologies, and it doesn't look great. I mean, they win pistol in 2 conversions, and then Furia just wins 6 straight. And then out of the last 3, they split it 2-1 in favor of Mal's. So, I mean, Mal's really won 6 of their 9 rounds off of pistol in the conversions. Out of just straight up rounds in the rest of the game, they won 3 rounds. Which that's, if you can win both pistols and you win the conversions, it's almost a sin to lose the game because you won 6 rounds. That's halfway to match point on pistols and conversions, and you could not squeak out 6 more round wins in the rest of the game. It is crazy. That's why I always, when I look at these stat lines on games I didn't watch, and I immediately see this type of a setup where a team, it's a relatively close game, okay, I think anything that's a 13-9 or above, I consider at least a relatively close game. Mainly 13-10s are the ones where I think they're like respectable stat lines. But I look at this, right? You lose 13-9, but you look at it and say, well, you won pistol and 2 conversions on both halves. That means you lost 13 out of 16 rounds that weren't pistol and the 2 subsequent conversion rounds. That's crazy to me. Like that you don't put up more than 9 rounds. Like, it's crazy you don't win the game, but I get it. Okay, you choked and you lost, but like, damn. You only put up 3 more rounds the whole game. I don't know. I still feel like Mal's are on a decline where they're going to beat the lower teams, but any other team that's in that like top 6, 7-ish range, no fucking 6, 7 meme intended, right? But like, those teams that are around the top 5 that at any given event could be considered a top 5 team, any of those guys, Mal's have just not been playing well. They went from semifinals merchants to like quarterfinal merchants. Yes, they made playoffs. Yes, they made it to the upper finals of their side of the bracket, but they beat Legacy and Aurora, which, no disrespect to Aurora, Legacy should have easily walked over them, and it really wasn't as easy, you know. It was a 13-9, 13-10, which again, just what I said 2 seconds ago, are close score lines. But then they 13-4 them on Mirage, and it makes them look good. But, you know, that one's whatever. You beat Aurora, that's a quality win. They're both really good games for Mal's, right? But Aurora's not a championship team. Aurora's best placing all year, I would bet, is going to be that Pro League they lost to Navi where they finished second. That's their ceiling, and that's a tournament where Navi's arguably the best team that's there. Obviously, they won it, but like, no vitality there. I don't even think maybe Paravision was there still, but it took some factors for them to even make it to grand finals. I don't think that Aurora should be like the standard that, oh, Mal's beat Aurora. Out of this tournament specifically, if Mal's can beat a Vitality, a Falcons, a Furia, or a Navi, okay. Give them their flowers. They played a good game against a top team. But even if they beat Spirit tomorrow, you could say, oh, they made it to semifinals. Like, Spirit's not in good form either. So this isn't even like I wouldn't even consider this a top quality win. I would consider if they beat Spirit and then move on to beat Falcons, absolutely I'll give them their flowers. They deserve the credit for making it to grand finals in this tournament if they can beat Falcons. But if they go on to beat Spirit and they lose to Falcons 2-0 again, actually, sorry, they didn't play Falcons this tournament. But history They lose to Falcons. If they're going to lose 2-0 to Falcons again on Saturday, Mouse is on life support. Like, it would take a... Honestly, I don't even think making it to grand finals at the major is going to save this roster. They need to blow it up. But that's neither here nor there. Let's focus on the here and now for now. So, anyway, Mouse looks terrible. Fury looks good. I'm more impressed with the Fury over Navi win than I am over the Mouse win, but it is good to see Fury take care of business and beat Mouse 2-0. It is a good sign that maybe Furia's trajectory is going a little bit forward, going up a little bit. I've been a little nervous about Fury, as most people have. Fury feels like they've slipped this year, as opposed to, like, you know, going into the last major. Like, they were at their highest peak. They've kind of taken a step back, so it's good to see them maybe, if they can carry this momentum forward, showing that they are maybe back in better form. And the last match of the day that we're going to talk about is Navi Aurora. Navi 2-0's this. This is a classic Navi series. So Aurora picks Inferno. Navi wins it. Navi picks Mirage. Aurora wins it. And then the decider map is Dust 2, which Navi wins 13-4. So if we take a look at this first map, again, 13-4. Navi dominates on their CT side, which they started on. They win pistol. They win both pistols, but they actually lose one of the conversions on their T side, which they quickly recover and win the next 3 to win the game. This is a great match. They looked good. I think between Emma and Mikaze, I think they looked really good. I think the whole team played really well, obviously by the stats, but just the eye test of watching, they looked really good. They look like they're in decent form, better form, hopefully. Again, I think the Furious series obviously could have gone either way. I think there's a couple of troll rounds with the fucking Mikaze failed knife bullshit, pulling an old simple. But no, I mean, they looked good. But I expect them to beat Aurora. So they go to a map 2, Mirage. Again, Aurora wins both pistols, but they don't win all the conversions. So they win pistol in the subsequent round on their CT side, and they win the T side pistol, but then they lose the subsequent conversion rounds. So not as drastic as what we just talked about with Mal's. But Navi doesn't put up a great T side to start. They go down 8-4, but their CT side looks really good. They just couldn't close it out. It's one of those, like, the failed comebacks, right? You're down 8-4, you turn it around, you go up, you're actually on 11. So they put up a stretch to get back to 9-9, so then you have 6 rounds left for either, for the rest of this game. And it's just a back and forth game, and they just couldn't close it out, right? So you finally get, Aurora gets momentum, and then you take it back. They just couldn't close it out. I don't hold this against them. So look at the stats. Again, Mikaze plays well, Wonderful plays well. Everyone else has a average series. No one really looks particularly awful. It's just one of those games that, realistically, at the end of the day, if you're looking at this, I would say, hey, your T side looked a little flat. It's whatever. Their CT side looked good, but you just kind of ran out of gas at the end. I don't read too far into those types of losses. But I would like to see them play a little bit better on their own map pick, especially because you just stole their map pick 13-4. But then you move on to Dust 2, and it's just the Navi show. Everyone looks really good. I don't think anyone had a particularly bad game, or no one really played average. And again, Aurora looks lost. So Navi starts T side, and they just tend to. To me, with the way Navi works and the way they operate, it was over. It was well over. I had no worries about Aurora coming back. Navi even goes onto their CT side and wins pistol and the subsequent conversion. They just took care of business. It was a really good recovery, bounce back series from Navi. I know they should beat Aurora. I'm not giving them crazy compliments for beating a team they should beat, but is a good bounce back from their loss yesterday to Furia. Obviously, this qualifies them into playoffs, and at least they beat a respectable team. They didn't get a fluky series against, no disrespect to G2, but they didn't like lose to Fury and then play G2 to make it in, who has a stand-in. They had to play a legitimate opponent. They beat them. Props to them. Unfortunately, because they lost the Furious series, now you're playing Vitality, which you're probably pissed about because although Falcons isn't any better in the sense that who's in good form, I'm sure they'd rather be playing Falcons than Vitality at this point. But that's their first round draw. So we'll go in order. So Spirit, Mal's, again, this is a coin flip. They're both in bad form. I would probably put money on Mal's because they're in slightly better form, but they're still not in great form. And then the Vitality versus Navi series, although I'd like to say that Vitality has shown some weakness in their game, I genuinely don't think that G2 series, although I do think G2 could have beat Vitality. After seeing Vitality play today, I want to chalk up the G2 series to they didn't know how to prep for a team with a stand-in, and they just kind of came in shooting really well and playing good Counter-Strike. Falcons is a legitimate contender team, so when they beat Vitality, I'm not shocked. But when that series was as close as it was, I kind of chalked the G2 series up to Vitality didn't have legitimate prep because of the fact that they didn't have their IGL and they were playing with a stand-in and some Pius was calling. So for Navi, although I'd like to have some copium and say, oh, Navi could beat Vitality. Vitality's looked a little shaky this tournament. I think Vitality's running away with this series. Unless, of course, Navi comes out and just is shooting. If you get a really good performance out of Imma and out of Makaze, or Bit and Makaze, if two of your rifles really show up and play well, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Navi could win, but I would pick Vitality. So with those two picks, that leads to a potential Falcons Mal's semifinals. I think Falcons laughably runs away with that series, unless something crazy happens and they come out flat, but Falcons should be cruising to finals here. Vitality versus Furia is interesting because, again, what Furia are we getting? If we can get the Furia that we've seen from this tournament so far, and then you add a potential crowd buff on top of that because they're playing in Brazil, my brain tells me Vitality, but my heart is telling me Furia. I kind of want to see Furia make it to grand finals and win the whole thing, but mainly I'd like to see them even them stopping Vitality from getting the Grand Slam would be cool enough. And then that would leave Falcons versus Furia, which would be a coin flip. Specifically because if Furia can get to grand finals, man, that crowd's going to be fucking bumping. But if Falcons has the easier road through, so it's kind of hard to tell what kind of form Falcons are going to be in because, to be fair, unless Mal's or Spirit come in and have fucking crazy over performances, Falcons should walk through into Sunday in grand finals. But the team coming from the other side of the bracket, Vitality again should beat Navi. But even if Navi squeaks a win out there, there's no guarantee that they beat Furia either. Like that, the bottom part of the bracket is clearly the harder side of the bracket. You have better teams coming through that side, so I think it'll be really just wait to see how those three teams kind of duke it out and see what their performances are like against each other before you pick that over presumably having to beat Falcons. But if Falcons somehow don't make it to grand finals here, I mean, the bottom team should easily mop Spirit or Mal's. Like, those two teams shouldn't stand a chance against any Vitality, Navi, or Fury. It doesn't matter who makes it through from the bottom. should easily sweep Spirit or Mouse. So, for the best Counter-Strike possible, I hope that Falcons makes it through, and I hope that, honestly, any of the bottom teams, but mainly Vitality or Furia making it through would be the best grand final scenario. But yeah. So these don't start until Friday. They have tomorrow off. Or yeah, technically still tomorrow. It's not Friday yet. It's not Thursday yet. So these teams have off tomorrow. We kick back off on Friday. Both semifinals matches will be Saturday. And then the grand finals takes place on Sunday. So that's when you can expect to see those. And again, Vitality Navi is going to be must watch on Friday. Spirit Mouse, not so much. It'll be think of it as like a cheap warm up before the actual main event show. So, but with all that, that is all we have to talk about tonight. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go catch some sleep, and we'll be on tomorrow for the team's league match. It'll be the 4th league match of the season. And again, I think they're expecting to play either Inferno or Nuke, so we'll expect to see that. But until then, I will see you guys later, and we'll be on tomorrow. Peace out.